blame, it leads back to douche. She's the one to blame. All of these folks are one of the same. It leads back to douche. She's the one to blame. It leads back to douche. She's the one to blame. All of these folks are one of the same. It leads back to douche. She's the one to blame. Ron's about to go to jail. Gigi's house might go up for sale. Hussy's about to lose his benefits. Clara lifts her long skirt up to show her tits. Belinda Shudder kept making meth. No man stopped donating to Peanuts death. All of these folks are one of the same. It leads back to douche. She's the one to blame. Leads back to douche. She's the one to blame.
I am a victim.
Guys, can we please get some green hearts in chat for No Name? No Name just made it, so the goal has been reached. The goal so I can get my computer diagnosed has just been reached. Absolutely.
Crap, started muting already. That's good time, isn't it? How are we all today? I hope you're having a good Sunday. Don't like that's my avatar there. Which one shall I be today? I'll just be that one. if it's bloody showing. Anyway, yes. I'm going over Callie's stream from yesterday. That was my plan all along. And then I've had quite the in-depth conversation today, which I'm going to be speaking to you about as I go through her stream. I think the title can allude to who I've been talking to, and I do believe they are listening now. So hi, and thank you for speaking to me. It's actually been quite a nice conversation. I'll say hello to people. Hi, Reg Squirrel. Yeah, you're just in time, Mop. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't want to overlap with my friends, so yeah. Benny Dinglewood, nice to see you. Stop doing other things and just stream, would you? I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. But I'm glad I had the extra time because I've been able to carry on my conversation. Good evening, Theo. Is everyone conditioning? I don't know. I'm so conditioned. Gonna make sure you're conditioned. Fucking hell. Trust you too. Anyway, thanks for being here, Theo. Feel not taking over my comments. Callie, gonna be so mad about this stream. Well, I was meant to stream earlier, wasn't I? And she went live at that time, getting ready. She's having, some cocktails and Mai Tais, and get ready for a date. And she's in a positive mental state, and she's oblivious to what's happening. I watched the stream. Anytime her name was mentioned, the comment was deleted. Apart from Edna, who was allowed to say my name, but she did not read the comment out. Hi, Mac Attack. It's an AI song, but when you write them yourselves, it spends more time on the music, so it makes them better. Same time zone, Wikipedia. It's a treat, girl. Thanks for coming, Miss Gardy. Good evening again. Yeah, well, Theo, I could just imagine him like proper screaming Philo Blue. And then when he has to do it again, like he kicks it down a few notches. So, yeah, people always gift memberships because they're cheap. But thank you for everyone who does, and thank you for everyone being members. Fried quavers. They're like the crisp we eat over here. Woohoo, catching alive. I was rocking my baba to sleep. She's one next Sunday. Much love. Oh, much love to you as well, darling. Hello, AK. Yes, I repeat. Thank you for the love heart. Yes, it's good. Yeah, we could be having a crisis stream very soon, especially with what information I have received today. Yeah, you're not going to be happy. Lisa Simpson, very glad to have you here, darling. Thank you for coming. Hello, Amy May. Bye, love blue. Ratatouille, nice to see you. Ah, right. Yeah, from safe. I used to live down Cornwall. Hi, Bunny Melon B. Hi, Illyria Spark. Good evening. And hi, Princess Brioche. I think we've caught up with the chat. So, yeah, we're going over yesterday's stream. And then at relevant parts, I'm going to give you some information that I've received. So, we'll get into this one. I don't know if you can hear my book. I have my handy dandy trusty support group notebook. I always do, unless I'm out the house. And then sometimes I write timestamps on my own. But Callie, you best believe they are all here in my book. Even sometimes I have to transfer them off my hand, but don't worry. They're all written down if I want to know stuff. I write quite a lot with the timestamps and everything. So, yeah. Should be a good time. So, like the 2nd of July stream, like, yeah, go to 7:40 something. Please say no, kidnapped by the pig father. Yeah, I can do this all day, right? So, yeah, if she didn't know who I was before, she will do now. But yeah, I'm not building my channel up off you, Kelly. You started going crazy, bitch, whilst I was starting my channel, yeah. But it's been mainly about other dickheads. So, let's get into it. Pull this up. Right, so she has an oscillating fan through this stream. I'm sorry about that. You hear it turning and then coming back at her, and it goes, yeah. Well, yeah, if you want to hit the like, hit the like. If you want to hit the thumbs down, hit the thumbs down. But thank you everyone for being here and listening. Lisa, why are you in green? You the right Lisa? So. Why are you in green? You're like fucking editor. You've got everything mods. What the hell? Right, 1 second. Sorry. I don't know what's gone on there. Right, I'll put you back as managing mod for now and then I'll change your things before. Yeah, it's weird this, Lisa, but yeah. Should fix. Anyway, we'll get into Callie. If it hasn't fixed, I'll make sure it's fixed. Wonder if you can still do stuff on my account, Lisa. Right, did do it for. Hello, Sam. Yep, you're going to be very interested in what I have to say today. YouTube be breaking. Yep, it is. I've seen lots of channels today. It's reverted back to the at symbols and stuff. It's really weird today. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's not something you check very often, is it, Lisa? Hi, Ferro Fiasco. Right, I'm going to get into it because I know you want to hear it. I won't call it tea because, frankly, I'm disgusted. If half of what I've been told is true, you're going to all be angry. Put it that way. And Callie, I don't know how you show your face. I really don't. But this person deserves to be able to tell their side of the story, don't they? If someone's speaking bad about them and lying on them. I firmly believe that. And I offered to give Callie's full side on. Well, I have done. She said she's done 10 hours of streaming content for us. Well, I've watched all 10 hours and then I've watched them again and then I've timestamped them and then I've been showing them. I think I have been listening to you, Callie. Hi, Pocahontas Lynn. I'm always going to love that name. Okay, hi. Right. I'm going to get going. You know, just right out here. 1 second. It didn't share screen. I'll do that now. There. Oh, that's me. Share. All right, here we go. Are you ready for this?
I never lost custody of my child. What? And the parenting time order is me with overnights for weekends, Friday through Sunday nights, right? Every other weekend, and then Wednesdays and Thursdays. So I see my child every single week.
That's not a real. I would not be bragging about seeing my child every week, right? And she don't have Wednesdays and Thursdays. It's Wednesday overnights, and she dropped him off first thing in the morning because you're having a Starbucks and telling us all about it. Emotional support, Muffin. Thank you for being here, love. Always in the bed of the car, yeah.
Weekly overnights. I never lost custody or my rights. And when I told the guardian about what happened, all his concerns were the pack and play. And then he was like, okay, let's just do this and see how it goes. But all there is a parenting time visitation order between the exchanges between my ex and I. But as far as actual custodial rights and allocation, there is no order for that. But we do indeed have this trial coming up on the 26th. And who started that trash rumor? I don't know. It's coming from like random accounts, but like
I think I started it a bit ahead, sorry. But what's happened? She's had this troll comment that she accidentally deleted, and it's all she talks about today, and it's all she talks about in this stream. She's running with it, saying that why is everybody saying I lost custody and all this lot, but at the same time saying she's got the overwhelming support and she's not hearing anything, and it's just this one troll comment. So, you know, it should never make sense. You're a better mother than Kelly and you're a little father. Goodbye, Kyle. Hi, hon. I used to cry my eyes out. My mum went to school for the day. I couldn't imagine weekly visits, no. And yeah, I can see why she's got them now. Well, I don't even know she's got them, to be honest with you. I'm out of the Kelly law, so she's basically trapped a guy into knocking her up, and now they're fighting for custody, even though she's an absentee parent. Yeah, but right, so I have been talking to the baby's father, and he's given me a rundown of events. You know, we've been talking today, so there's probably bits missing out in that. I'm sure he'll fill me in on any gaps, but you're going to get a rundown of everything that happened through his words today. He's going to get his side out today, and he's going to do it without screaming and hollowing. Yep. I don't give a fuck. I'll say it. I had no doubt she would lose that baby in under a year. I'm sure you did say it as well, Sam. I'm sure you did. But do you know what we all did? Everyone did step back. Everyone did leave her alone because she weren't blaming us for losing that kid. I remember lots of us saying that. She ain't going to turn this round on us. 18 years. But, yeah, her trap attempt isn't going to really work here, I don't think. But we'll see what goes on here.
I do know, and like you guys know, like I a lot of support, I attract a lot of hate, I attract a lot of in-between people. Rumors are killers, man. And you know what? I actually deleted, because what I did was I was like in my YouTube studio and everything. Mind you, I'm still editing this from Seeds video or whatever. Mind you, I'm still editing, but I deleted I did like a, you know, block this viewer from channel thing or whatever. Because this person, like this troll, was like, this is why you lost custody of your kid and you're never going to see your kid again. I mean, it was giving weird. I mean, for all I know, it could be my ex or his people. It was giving weird, but like, I never lost custody. I thought that part I made fucking dead ass clear. I thought I made it clear that in April, like I know I did the clarity stream earlier, but I thought I made it clear that we were already exchanging the baby. I had gotten sick or whatever, like with the bleeding in the theater. That shit was scary as fuck. And I didn't know what was going on, whether that was, I didn't know. And now that I'm aware that the fibroids are dissolving, mind you, I didn't find that out until late April into May, right? Those random accounts can just be picking
Right, so she just said she didn't find out they were dissolving until late April into May, but she says herself it was around Mother's Day that she made contact again. So she found out she was fine and they were dissolving on her own in late May. Sorry, I was just messaging someone then, sorry. Yeah, no one to blame but herself. She's missing out on the best moment, can't get them back and will be felt as a loss forever, and she only has herself to blame. I think most people thought it would be the making of her. Sadly, it wasn't. I have to be honest, I thought she would kill it as mum. I thought that would straighten her out. Well, we hope that, didn't we? None of us are vicious here like that. None of us want a child to come into the world and have a fucked up mother. None of us want that for anyone. These court docs are hard to find, I'm telling you. Women typically trap a man to keep a man. Well, or a man who's well of means. And was giving her money, a lot of money. So, yeah. She thought being a mum would be fun. This woman will blame anyone but herself for anything and everything. We all know this. Blameless, faultless, little victim, Callie, get the fuck out. No, I'm going to let Nikki handle this one. Oh, well, I don't mind any help. I don't mind other people. It's not like it's my thing, is it? But, yeah, I feel a bit into it now, definitely. Rex is raising your child, not trolling you, correct. Kids don't straighten people out. That's a myth. You can catch her in like 20 lies in 2 minutes. Yeah, but she don't lie. Question, has she been diagnosed with schizophrenia? I remember her saying it runs in the family. I could be wrong. Yeah, her mum does have it. She hasn't been diagnosed with it. I'm sure of that. I didn't lose custody. I ghosted my baby. Big difference. Yeah, purple hearts in chat. That was Lisa's joke yesterday. Purple hearts in the chat if I should get custody of my kid. I was screaming. Selfish and immature, yeah.
Issues trying to be picked. Some people exist to cause chaos. I'm sitting here and I'm just like, I thought it was clear that I was exposing my ex for the withholding, and I never that's why I went on my whole tangent about the CPS and the no police report. Because if I really truly did leave my child over there, never to be seen or heard from again, he would have called the police. He would have called CPS. I thought that's where we were at. However, you guys can laugh. Wait, was that a laugh reaction to the like? You guys can do laugh reactions to that? Oh, that's cool. It's like TikTok and Instagram. That's a weird rumor. Didn't people listen to what you were saying? Okay, so I do know that some people just hate me regardless or whatever. So they're gonna always say in a lower frequency when covering me, because that's fine. I think because I actually did go and check out that Nikipedia girl, but she's like in the UK. And she has to write like timestamps and stuff on her arm or whatever to cover stuff. And she's back.
Oh, baby, you wish they were just on my arm. I'm telling you now. Yeah.
By a lot of people who like heavily like hate me or whatever and dislike me. But I think, because I do know that sometimes, this is not my first time, encountering people who have issues with understanding. I'm not saying that anything about her or whatever, but like, I saw the comments and I'm just like, I never lost custody. This man withheld my child. We're exposing him on the 26th for that. Either way, I mean, people are still talking about how trash my ex is or whatever. I mean, people are like, if anything, even and hey, this is not to send hate or have people beef with each other. It's just like I noticed that one weird health review troll comment that went all into detail. This is why you lost custody. This is why you did. Like saying I'm never gonna see my kid again. I'm like, I just saw my baby. Like what? We do laugh, girl. Oh, it's to the right of my street. Okay, that's cool. I'm trying to do hearts, but I have big claws. No, that's cool. We do laugh reactions.
Yep, shout out to me. Schizophrenia usually shows up later in life. The paranoia and perceived perpetual perception she's experienced the symptoms. Right. Thank you for that tongue twister ratatouille. No one who's actually fine to get the child back resembles a Callie. Exactly. I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm from the UK. I know not to act like she does in court, put it that way. No, girl, I didn't need to file a police report. It's called his attorney. Exactly. Why would you file a police report? One, you want the fucking kid. Yeah? You're not on the birth certificate. Why would you want to bring attention to that? It could have ended up in care or anything. Timestamps were on my other day. I was out listening to it in my ear. I'm busy working, right? And I'm listening to it in my ear, and I didn't have my book in front of me, obviously, so I'm just like writing them on my arm, and I put them in my book when I go home. What's this? It is nonsense. It is. It's just nonsense. You don't call the cops, you just keep taking care of your kid. Exactly. She thinks it's a win, this. I think all the pregnancy hormones messed her up even more. Definitely, I've said it over and over. Pregnancy can make the sanest woman turn. It's not Callie is wrong. It's that we aren't understanding it correctly. Showgirl, yeah, she's really mad that she's done 2 clarity streams and we still can't get it right. What? I don't. Should I get some timestamps like tattooed on me? The best bits. We'll have a vote on which ones go on my arm. Off topic. Has anyone tried the new Sprite and tea? No, I don't think that's from here, but yeah. Sorry for the tongue twister. Right. High payday today. She hasn't learned anything. Nope. Oh, yeah. It's going.
Well, cute. That's cool. I don't have beef with anybody. I just, to be honest, I saw that one hell of a review comment, and I was like, I never lost custody. I even mentioned, like, when I did. I don't know how many times I can say the same thing, but I do understand where people come from. Because remember, people in different countries and from different walks.
Callie, you didn't lose custody. There was no custody order in place, right? So either of you could have kept him, and you did for a while, didn't you, Callie? You did. You've withheld that child twice before he withheld from you, didn't you, Callie? You did. Benny Dingle of fobbing someone off based on their nationality is fucking embarrassing. Xenophobia isn't cute. No, it isn't. So here we go.
Life, they, our laws are different, our things are different, right? So they don't understand certain things, or they might.
I do. I tell you what, I understand more about the laws, especially in child court in America, in custody court, than I do in the UK. There's a lot more material like in the US courts. You have freedom of information, you have Zoom courts, you have documents that are able to be gathered easily. We don't have any of this in the UK. So, yeah, I'm not a lawyer. It's self-taught. But just in other cases, I've been pretty spot on. And if you go back to my first or second stream, Callie, you'll hear I was giving you some really sound advice that you probably should have listened to.
Like, they might just need some clarity, right? You know what I mean? So get that. So this is not really even about them, because to be honest, even when I went on Nikki P's channel, I didn't see anything too alarming or anything to make me want to go off. I understand. I understand. I don't care. But I just thought it was fascinating how some people are under the guise that I lost custody and rights to my baby.
Well, we're not. That one troll comment you said, because everyone else is supporting you. We don't. You relinquished custody for a while. You didn't have him in your custody for 3 months, did you? Yeah, but there was no order in place. Nothing got changed. That's why he was able to withhold the child. And then now you've got minimum standard parenting time, which is every other weekend, and 1 night of the week on the week that you don't have him on the weekend. I don't have beef with nobody translating and fighting with everyone. Yeah, no, everyone's in her corner. She's very, very adamant about that. You were pretty constrained in the first few streams. I saw you with covering her. I would have been way mean. Yeah, I was getting a lot of shit in the background for not being mean enough. Privacy laws in the UK are insane compared to America. You don't have to live there to know about how cases run. Exactly. It's something I'm into. It's been my hobby. And, did I think I'd be covering Callie and a custody case? No, but, it's where it's led me to. Lost, gave up, neglected, didn't give a shit, keep arguing semantics. Well, yeah, we'll get to the neglect, unfortunately. A normal person facing litigation about child custody would have shut up and only talk to their close friends offline. She does the opposite. Go ahead, go online, run your mouth and give them more ammo. Exactly. That's exactly what she's doing. Let's see. Oh, wrong one.
I literally, that video that I posted about is, that was a real-time video. That video was posted in real time. I thought I made that clear. We know you didn't lose anything. I'm like, and my ex withheld the baby through the birthday because they had the same birthday, and that was his intention. Because my ex told me he wanted to withhold the baby until the guardian got administered to the case. The only thing is, when he lied on paperwork, it mentioned the guardian date being sometime in mid-July, but in actuality, that guardian was administered to the case in June.
Yep, the guardian was administered to the case in June. You weren't playing ball properly, were you, for a start? And the guardian, you said yourself, wouldn't talk to you till that date in July. And that's probably because you hadn't paid him. There's a fee for a guardian and lie. And tell me I don't know shit, Callie.
Right. I would never choose to miss my kid's birthday. Mother's Day, even though I was feeling sick or whatever, I still, you know, made sure I had a good Mother's Day, but I still made sure I reached out because I'm like, okay, I didn't even hear from this man on Mother's
Your ex talked to the GL in June because he paid and were present and had the child in his custody.
Day. And like now I'm trying to feel better. Like, what is going on? Even though Mother's Day is well after he tried to default the case the first time. And I only missed court once, and it was mediation, the second mediation, and I missed to take my baby to the appointment. But
so she's saying she missed court once, and she missed the second mediation. Yeah.
Both times it was doctor related. One for my baby, one for me. That withholding is wicked work. Yeah, I'm actually editing.
Okay, and on that mediation, did you inform them that you wouldn't be attending because of a doctor's appointment for your baby? You could have rescheduled that appointment, or you could have rescheduled mediation, but you didn't. You just didn't say anything, did you? So that's just you not turning up.
The text and stuff right now, and I'm going through my doctor stuff. I think I'm going to show you all. So I think what I'm going to do, because I'm doing this for me too, right? Like, I'm not just going live.
You don't bloody say, love. You don't bloody say.
For y'all, to me, this is like me exposing him or whatever, but this is also me having my own back because I'm living in truth, and like, there's no shame in my game because I know exactly what I've gone through. People need to mind their business, then say something that's not true. They need to have several seats. I'm not certain. I just know I saw that one comment, and to be all honest, like when I went on the EP's channel, I didn't see much on Tree Boy's channel or whatever, and Edna or whatever. These are all people with like smaller audiences and stuff like that. Tree Boy goes live for like days, bro. Like, I mean, and that's his thing. That's cool. Nikki P, she's in the UK. She's trying to gather all this stuff. She never really likes me to begin with, so she kind of has fun dragging me and throwing digs or whatever.
I very much started this out trying to assist you, actually, Callie. Like I say, go back to the first 2 streams. I was telling you what you were doing wrong. I was saying I'd help you. Yeah. So don't say I always hated you. Don't say I wanted the worst for you. When there was a child involved, I never hated you back in the day. I enjoyed you. I enjoyed watching you. Not your girl will content. You your bloody advertisements, they were cracking and they were the best thing ever, especially when Sam went through them.
But mind you, she's from the UK. She has to write her timestamps on her arm. She's trying to understand. Like, I don't care what the perspective is. My thing is like, I don't know where the rumors coming from. I just saw that one troll comment, and for all I know, it could be coming from my ex's group. Because remember, my ex was trying to say the same thing in the pediatrics office, but that's why the head doctor had to come in and tell him to stop arguing. Because I'm just like, this is pathetic, and I'm just like ignoring him. I'm looking at him. I'm like, I'm not the one spiraling in a pediatric appointment right now. Like, you look really sad. Like, even the head doctor, when she like had to tell him to calm down, I'm like apologizing to him for his behavior because he was so obnoxious. Mind you, that was already documented as well, right? And I'm sending this stuff over. Like, the Guardian is aware that my ex withheld the baby. Like, that's why I laugh about the whole. And this is exactly what I mean when I go off on my tangents, right?
Yeah, the Guardian is aware. The court was aware. Has he got in trouble, or has he still got the kid most of the time?
I was so happy when.
Imagine growing up to watch your mum laying back and justifying why she don't give a fuck about you to a bunch of people online. And this is it. She doesn't see that as happening down the line, does she?
You uploaded the video and the picture of you having your baby back. Yes, and so that was another real-time video. The no one prepares you for this. That was real time. I had to catch that. I had to capture that because obviously we missed each other. Obviously it was deep for the both of us. And obviously it was a very pivotal moment. But that's when it kind of clicked. How deeply, like literally, like you see that physical interaction with my baby and I. You see it, right? And
we shouldn't have done, Callie. There's no harm in recording that for yourself. It's like doing charity work. You have to prove it. Look, I'm a mum. I've got him back. That's what it were about. And you don't say there that you didn't redact your baby, did you? You didn't say there it was a video of your baby in your arms showing his whole ass face. It will come back on, Callie. I'm not drinking calories like that. He withheld the baby now. The story's always changing. Well, there was part of she dumped the baby and then he withheld her till there was a court order in place because she had previously withheld the child twice. Why doesn't she have anyone in her life to give a good solid? She does. I bet she does. Do you think she's going to listen to it? She won't listen to anyone. Let's see.
That's when it clicked. I'm like, oh my God. You know, and then of course I noticed the behaviors, and then I took my baby to the pediatrician to see about the, you know, obviously the trauma that was caused. And I am, you know, in talks with like my program and the pediatricians as to getting my baby help for that. And so that's kind of the whole thing. That's why, like, I think the pediatrics and him and my ex calling kids above all and all that stuff. We love you, mama. All. big back so big he can't look at his own yard. That's why, you know, I find his antics even currently, which I am going to include in the receipts video. I am going to include that in the receipts video because to me, it just shows a cycle. But that's exactly what I mean. Once again, when I say, we know when your baby needs something, you know, when your baby needs something. Yeah. Yeah. And so, like, that's why I'm going to include the, you know, everything. So even up to his recent behavior, even with the above all or whatever, love you. Oh, love you, beautiful. You're a good mama. I know. I just don't want you guys to like think. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I get it. My haters, they're probably going to need a narrative to spin to try to like ridicule me and do another fucking hate campaign and go on all kinds of tangents or whatever because they're going to need content. That's cool. Just make sure you get it right though, because like what I'm going through is real and also legal. It'll be a shame if you know what I'm saying. Like you see me down the line, or you see me constantly posting my kid. Like, do you know how like I don't know. They're trying.
She's going to show us. It's going to be a shame for us who predicts she might lose more contact with a child. It's going to be a shame for us if she gets more contact than we think. Why? We're making predictions. Like I called that you had standard parenting time where before you admitted it, you were saying you had him every weekend. You did very much say that. Hi, Shana K. Right. I'm going to read some of the receipts now, and then I'm going to dip back to this stream because there's some receipts that are more relevant to certain bits of it, yeah? So I was contacted a few days ago by the baby's father. I'm not going to be showing the emails. He's asked me not to at this moment. He doesn't want the shit that Callie's giving herself, you know. He knows how to conduct himself more. Definitely show me that in the emails. No, I'm not far from Yorkshire though. Yeah, she's an opposite of a good mum, definitely. And wait till you hear what I've been told. Now, I'm telling you, he sent me pictures that make me believe that it's him. Yep. I asked for certain things and he sent them. He's busy at the minute. He might be listening still, but yeah, I know he was going to listen before, but I went later. But yeah, I was contacted a few days ago. I didn't see the email. Now, thanks to Mop telling me he'd emailed me on my YouTube account, I went over and had a look. And there I had 2 DMs, yeah, emails. Who would want their custody battle playing out in the front of strangers online? Yeah, it's nuts, yeah. But I think Callie said enough at the minute to where this guy should get to say his side, don't you think? And he hasn't got a platform. He hasn't got a platform. So, and he has been watching my coverage. He says, I've been being fair. So, no. So he's not a YouTube. He says, hey, I'm not a YouTube person. However, I do have quite a few things correct about Callie's custody case. I actually hate messaging someone from YouTube, but she's been lying quite a bit on this case. Feel free to reach out. I am the baby's father. She paints one hell of a picture, but I'm only trying to keep my son safe, right? So I didn't see that one, and then I got one last night. And debating releasing the recording that her dad admitted she was in a crack house with my son. If she continues to slander myself and my family, that's going to change it, basically. So, you know, I've replied back. I said, thanks for contacting me. I'm willing to help you if you want to get your story out. And, you know, I won't show anything you don't want me to show. Yep. And I will stick to my word on that. So you're just going to, if you trust me, you trust me. If you don't, you don't. But I have tried to do my due diligence. The guy's still in touch with me. He's responding quickly and with answers that seem impossible for him to know if it wasn't him yet. So, I'll read 1 second. So I asked him about jail and stuff like the arrest and that. I didn't believe, you know, I wanted to know what happened there. And he said he did actually spend the night in jail and he had to go to court. She didn't show up the first 2 times and did drop the charges on the third. So, you know, he's admitting Callie was right there. She did drop the charges. And I said, I didn't think she had. But yeah, she didn't show up twice. And then she dropped on the third. Yeah, she does. Yeah. I actually didn't want this, as my lawyer was prepared to beat this in court and have charges brought up against her, as we had a lot of evidence proving she was lying. There is a lot of evidence in my favour in this custody battle, and all I want is what is best for our son. The best thing Callie did for our son is abandoning him with me, and he's made a ton of progress. Sorry, 1 second. I'm making this bigger, sorry. She withheld him from Christmas Eve up until early March, right? And she wasn't served the day after Christmas. She was served on Christmas Eve, and she kept the baby away from Dad then. Yeah. Yeah, right. So, I don't say sorry, Mom. You did me a favour. Right, Chava? Yeah, no. I'd never sit and tell the internet just how big of a piece of shit I chose to have a kid with. That's what's with these people, yeah. There's only so much slander a person can hear about themselves before they have to let their side be known, and she's been doing a lot of slandering, yeah. Yeah, it shouldn't be played out on YouTube. Callie's being stupid. Well, on his side, yes, he needs to defend himself and make Callie, yeah. Yeah, it's awful, that, right. You're going to see. It gets worse. You know, this is his side. You take it as you want, yeah? But Callie's getting to say her side, he's getting to say his. So when I got him back after the first mediation in March, he couldn't crawl, hold a bottle, or sit up by himself and seemed very lost. He also had a massive bald spot on the back of his head. That makes me believe he was kept in a car seat or bouncer most of the time. When I brought him to his 9-month checkup, the doctor stated he was very behind and was evaluated as a 3-month-old level once his early intervention program got involved. Right? No, Benny isn't the baby's father, but I know Benny. Yeah, it's not the baby's father. I promise you that. He's been around. But I know him. Hi, Smellsberry Muffins. False laugh. She's the same shit. Yep. Minus the kid. Gotta go tap back and behind. She was teaching the baby anything, no tummy time. It sounds like it. Yeah, that is shameful. That is shameful. And this will all be documented. And, you know, this is what will come up in court. Right? Yep. I've been talking to the baby's father, Snosberry. She tried to make him sound crazy for getting baby intervention. Yeah, this is sad. This is very sad, right? She said she entrusted him to take him to that appointment as well. Oh, and hi, Abby, for being here. Yeah. Our son was with me for the majority of March, and she only had him the 1st of April. She was supposed to pick him up on the 7th, and all she said was she didn't feel well and would let me know when she would pick him up. I didn't hear from her until the day after Mother's Day, and by that point, our son was already in early intervention and making progress. So my lawyer told me, with her history of withholding him and the fact he's getting the attention he needs, not to give him back until we have court order, so she can't withhold him from therapy in my home. Yeah. So she said she got in touch with him on Mother's Day. No, do you know what she did? She got in touch with him the day after. Remember, she went out and enjoyed her Mother's Day, yeah? She keeps talking about that. So she went out on Mother's Day, then got in touch with the father the day after Mother's Day to curse him out for not getting in touch with her on Mother's Day. Right? After she'd been no contact. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, yeah. Oh, Benny's going to fall out with you, Sam. Oh, wow. I'm glad the real story is getting out there. She's a disaster of a parent. Not really too surprised, though. No, poor baby. If this ain't true, it'll become very apparent, won't it? Courts aren't stupid. They've heard all this bullshit a million times before from a million other women who tried to paint a dad wrong. On a positive note, it seems the son has a solid father figure. I've gathered that from our interactions. Look at me being rude as hell. Hi, Nikki. Hi, everyone. Yeah. Hi, big titty pretty bitch 24. Thank you for coming. Callie is mentally ill. She needs supervised visitation. I wholeheartedly agree. Hi, Seagull Gunner. Yeah, there's some bad stuff coming up. Coffee is Dot. Yorkshire girl, no, near Yorkshire, or someone else on the new account just came in and said that as well. His story makes more sense than hers, to be fair. Yeah, Mother's Day is for me. I deserve a break after not having my kid for weeks. It's Mother's Day after all. Just wow, dude. Yep. I knew she was just letting that baby lay in that pack and play all day now. Yep. Yep. There's so many women who love the fight with the man over the welfare of the child. I've seen it personally. Oh, she's loving it. Look at the attention. That poor baby. Oh, hell no. Thank you for being here. Matilda Wormwood, thank you for being here. People like Callie are the reasons mothers can't raise legitimate concerns because courts will assume it's an attempt at parental alienation. That's how abusers get custody visitation. Yeah. Yeah. I'm new to Callie, but I'm strapping in. Oh, you need a big strap there. You need a big strap on. Never heard of this Callie girl. All right. Make sure to leave a thumbs up. Thank you for that, Lee Respite. So, I'll go back to the email. There's we've had about 30 actually. He's replying very quick with information that I can't see not being from the father. Yeah, he sent me pictures of him and the child this morning, and one of him today with the date on. Right, where we're at. I can most definitely prove I'm the father if needed. I look forward to watching live. Let's see. We don't need that. All I want is what is best for our son, and I strongly feel that it is with me. He is loved by myself and everyone around us. He's making so much progress and is even walking now. She can make me out to be a monster, but I know I'm a great father to our son. Our son, our son, our son, not the baby. Not this, not you. Our son. Callie is a big mess, but she left YouTube after she slandered another creator and got dragged hell for it. Yep. Hey guys, hi Midwest Bird Free. Now she's back to slandering a new partner and neglecting a baby. Well, no, she's got another new boyfriend now. Hi Pink Warrior. Hi Ashley. Hi Erin Tay. Lots of new people here. Hi Princess. Oh yeah, I've already said hi, but yeah, she's got a new boyfriend. She was right. So I was meant to go live early, and she set a live at the same time. She blocked my name from no one could say my name in chat. But well, they could, but she would delete them. Edna got to say my name, but she went over the comments, so she knew what would come in, and she was drinking Mai Tais and getting ready for a date. So yeah, COVID opera. Hi. Yep. Hi Scarletta. Payday today. Yeah, but in her live this morning, she was talking about working on baby number 2. Every live for the last 3 or 4 lives, she wants more babies. She wants to be married. Yep, she did. She tried to cover the guy's face. The baby dad says he thinks he might know who that is, but he's not sure and he don't want to comment really. He's glad she's got someone else to put her attention on, to be honest with you. Some of us can't even get a text back. She's already talking about marrying someone else and having babies. Yep, many of the new boyfriends, and she tells, I'm not getting serious, shit my damn head. All that talk of self-love, but can't even live without a partner. Yep. A new boyfriend, a new benefactor, more like, yep, he's been, like she said, she clicks her fingers and he sends her what she wants. That's nice, isn't it? He's been buying a Starbucks. So, how's that gone now? Right. Callie, you're a real piece of shit. I hope you know that. Well, yeah, everyone's allowed their opinion, aren't they? Is she working? Right, I did ask him about if she's working. He says he doesn't believe so, but he can't say for sure. Yeah, I think she was born in 90. Yeah, right. Let's get back to a bit more reading. Right, so that was the first major one I got off him. Right. Oh crap! I didn't read the first one. Sorry, Mark. Yeah, sorry. Right. In my opinion, she doesn't care about our son. She only cares about herself. Like your coverage of YouTube, she did have me falsely arrested because I told her I would go for custody of our son after she pushed me with our then 1-month son in my arms. I have that recorded as well. the video that I'm heard stating, I will kill you, was clipped. What was said is, I will kill you in court. Now, if you remember that recording, yeah, the first thing he goes on about straight after is court. Immediately after. That's all, because I'm like, even I said maybe means kill you in court. But yeah, apparently she's clipped that down. Do you think she'd ever do something like that? Yeah. Olivia, what did you say? 35. Yeah, I thought she was 35. She was saying it the other day. She definitely only cares about herself. She exudes self-importance. Yeah, messy adults are one thing, but when kids are involved, yeah, this is it. When kids are involved, it's horrible. Didn't she say her fertility has gotten better after having a child? How does she even know that? And she left that baby due to her fibroids. Doesn't seem like anything is better with her. Well, yeah. I've said, how can you know your fertility is improving if you're not getting pregnant? Or are you doing regular ovulation tests when apparently you're not having sex? And are they better than before, but you've been having this bleeding, but you had the bleeding all the way through pregnancy as well. And you said, you came on a week early, Callie. You went to the hospital the week after, urgent care, and they sent you home. They said, follow up with your nurse. They put irregular bleeding. You had a period and you ditch your kid. That's why I don't think it's anything to do with that. Like she was so young, yeah. Yep, I'm here too. Hi, was she? Yeah, she was a reaction channel. Hi, Rena. Right. So the video I'm at, yeah. So he said, still probably not the best thing to have said, but it's what was said, yeah. After she had me falsely arrested, she ran to her drug dealer friend's home, which is a trap or crack house, with our son. I'm not sure how long she was there, but it was at least a few days. She then started living in a hotel. I'm not sure if releasing the video will help my case or not, so I'm not sure what I'll do. Yeah, and I agree with that. Yeah, I said, of course, I'd love to see it. Like, but I get that. Like, you know, he's being clever about his case. He's putting the time in, and he don't want to risk his son. Yeah. Let's see, Octopussy, Pondu, Kent 10KD. Hi, good afternoon. Yeah. Yeah, it's disgusting. Yeah. So, I started to go for custody early November. She got served Christmas Eve, not the day after Christmas. I'm a pretty private person. I hate that I'm being dragged through this on YouTube drama and that she's using our son for views, but that is where I'm at. I'm waiting on her receipt video before I make any final decisions on going public with my story. Yeah. So, which means, like, you know, stuff, releasing stuff. He has given me permission to share his messages, but like read them out. Feel free to reach out to me. The video I have of her father is around 20 minutes. He admitted that he picked up my son from a crack house. Also, that all his daughter does is lie, as well as other things that don't make her look good. So, I believe that this, if he's told the GAL about this bloody video, I believe it exists. I really do. And maybe she fell out with her dad when she found out that he'd said that. So, yeah. She's really not going to like it when the child has a stepmom who's actually real mum and he calls her mum and she spends Mother's Day with him. Yeah, she's not, is she? She never did videos with him, but she did post a handful of photos on Twitter. Yeah. Yeah, he didn't want to be part of this. He doesn't. He's not going to be starting a channel or anything like that. That's why he's come to someone covering it. And he said he liked that I were being fair with her because I wasn't just dragging you, Callie. Not at the beginning. It's definitely existing. That's why I should be becoming more and more unhinged. Okay, thanks. Lost track when she went crazy. Haven't you ever? Right. So that's when he said he spent the night in jail because of it. So, right, yeah. Also, I only met her grandmother once. Remember, she keeps saying that man promised my grandmother all this, right? Only met her once. I met her when Callie was about 2 to 3 months pregnant, and the home was a hoarder home. There was a heavy smell of cat piss and cat droppings everywhere. I can't speak to the condition of the home now, as this is well over a year ago, but the home was absolutely disgusting. However, this is not a place that I'm calling the drug den, right? So he's categorically told us that's not what she's accusing to be the drug den. The drug den is where she went before the hotel when she first left him. She went to a trap house with the baby, and that was her dad saying that as well. Yep. Daddy dressed her up. Well, when your grandson's involved, I would as well, wouldn't you? Your child or yeah. So he says. So he's, I might agree with him and just talk. It's about what he's saying here. Yeah. Thank you. You seem like you have been fair in your lives. I truly want what's best for our son. I wish his mum could be on the same page, but I'll continue to fight my ass off for him. He's completely innocent in all this. Now, these are things Callie should be saying. Our son, it's about him. He's innocent. She's not. It's all about her. Yeah. Yeah, it's not really helping her, is it? And if her dad said that, she's a bit fucked. So, and then he sent some pictures and stuff. And he had the decency to redact his child in the pictures, Callie, by the way. So he says he also doesn't know why there's no records of the arrest. He says, I was arrested but not convicted. It was a misdemeanor charge. Perhaps this is why. Okay. That's his explanation for that. He's just asked me not to use screenshots of our convo. It's still an active case, and I'm not sure if I should even be doing this. My son didn't ask to be here. I'll protect him at all costs, even if it's from his own mother. Perhaps if Callie's father stepped up for her when she was my son's age, she wouldn't be as fucked up as she is now. I think that says a lot, don't you? I think it does. Right. So I let him know that, because I said I was going to go live soon. I said, Callie's currently live, drinking and getting ready for a date. And he's like, oh, yeah, and I'm the alcoholic. I'm feeding my son right now. Hopefully a date goes well and she forgets about him again. So we talked about this new boyfriend. So she's like, I don't know him. She lives in a terrible part of the west side of Chicago. He might be from out there. She's held my son twice for a month. And then after having me falsely arrested for 2.5 months, after I went for custody, and yes, she did file an emergency restraining order in retaliation for me going for custody. Even after the OP was denied, she continued to withhold my son. So, a second. So, and then yesterday in the stream that I'm showing now, she does say that she withheld the son. She got the restraining order, and the reason is taking me to court for custody, and it's a form of harassment and bloody abuse. That was literally what she says it herself, anyway. But it was thrown out with the quickness. So, so I asked about working and stuff like that. And he said, I don't believe she's working. However, I'm not sure if she is or not, yeah, which is fair enough. So I talked a bit more to him, and then I asked him, I went, how long after the I'll end you incident did it take her to call the police and get you charged for it? Yeah, and then I apologised because I was like firing questions off him. I was getting ready for me live. And today she nicknamed him Captain Morgan. So, and she said she's going to Photoshop bottles of Captain Morgan's in his hand in the pics she has of them both. Don't know why she wants to do that, but she thought it was fucking hilarious when she described doing it. So, he put, I wasn't even home when she called the police on me. I took off because she was following me around the house, fighting with me. I checked my cameras like 30 minutes later to find police everywhere in my home. He said he might know who this new boyfriend is. He wished he knew him so that he could warn her, but he'll soon find out, yeah. And yeah, sometimes it's best to stay out of it and let people make their own mistakes, isn't it? She's completely self-absorbed. She doesn't deserve to be in that child's life until she learns some humility and actually love for him. That's greater than the obsession she has with herself, yeah. She's nowhere near that place, is she? Yep, she wasn't, and she really doesn't act like it is. So, so I asked if the 30th of May court date happened. And he said there was a court date on the 30th of May. And she said she couldn't raise it in court because of procedural, yeah. And that was true. It wasn't about custody that day. Nothing, they wouldn't even discuss it. So nothing was ordered, nothing was changed. So she weren't denied. It weren't being dealt with that day. It weren't being dealt with that day. So she couldn't do anything and everything stayed the same, and he withheld the child till there was an order. And if she'd already withheld the child twice before and tried to get a restraining order on him because he filed for custody, she admits she went and filed for child support a month earlier. So she'd gone to file child support. So most men do this, go to file custody, and then they deal with the child support and then establish parentage and establish all your rights all at the same time. Hi, Kate Bonds, the baby daddy, didn't learn from Shane's experience. He isn't going to save the next guy. No, and the next guy is basically him. He's an old friend who she never looked at that way, never liked him that way. And when she escaped the CPS worker's house, when she evacuated there, he assisted and he got her out of there. He moved them and that. And now it's who she's dating. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, teardrop. So, yeah, so she did attend that court date, but like, yeah, she tried and they just shut her down. And that, yeah, so there he's out having a nice day with his son, and the son's around nice people today. We're going to speak again, I'm sure. The plan was like we're going to listen and answer some stuff, but we can do that another day. But yes, thank you, baby father, for getting in touch with me. I believe a lot of what he's saying. It seems plausible and more likely than the word salad Callie's giving, doesn't it? And he's clearly caring for the child more. Just how he's talking about the situation. So yeah, everyone's the same. Look, she couldn't live with a friend either. So I wonder if that house, because we had cats in the house the other day, I wonder if it still has cat shit and cat piss everywhere. Night Seagull Gunner. Nice early one for you. With all due respect, I hope this guy learned his lesson in the red flags. Oh, I think he has. All he's concerned about at the minute is his child. Yeah. I believe that. So he seems to have a lot more knowledge on how the child, and like a lot of details there, wasn't there? Yeah. Well, this is how it's going to go. That's how it's going to go. I mean, it took 47 years to see red flags, so he's got time. Callie does need serious help. She can't retain a relationship with family, partners, or a child in a normal fashion, not can she yet? And like I said, all she had to do was watch her channel and he wouldn't have gone near her. Yeah. But he's not into YouTube. He doesn't even have an account on YouTube. He couldn't type in chat now. Like, you know, he's watching. He's watching me. He's watching Callie, obviously. Would you not be recording this behaviour for court if you're in a custody case? I know I would. So, right. So that is what I've got today. I'm sure there's going to be more. Again, thank you very much for speaking with me. It's actually been really nice. So nothing but respect. And he addressed everything I asked him, actually. So there's more. But, you know, Rome weren't built in a day. And it's a big story. So I never watched Callie, and 5 minutes into watching her tell the Shane break up, and I was like, yep, this broad is bonkers. Well, yeah. But she thinks there's overwhelming support for her. I don't believe that. If a chat's out to go by, definitely. There's only a few people in there, and they're all gassing her up and trolling her. So I'm wondering how she's going to react to this now. If she's going to deny it or what, how she's going to spin it. But I'm more inclined to believe him, that's for sure. Exactly. It's all trolls. So let's carry on with this, because there is a few bits in here I want to hit.
Spin narratives or what's going on. But that's why I'm sitting there and I'm like, do they realize that they look crazy? And I know some of them don't care. But I do think that the general consensus around what's going on right now is it's the haters going off of the toddler and oh yeah. Exactly. They think they know everything about you. It's wild. Yeah. If he couldn't get better for his own child, he never had the intention of doing it. Well, that's kind of what this is showing. And also, mind you, my ex has the emotional intelligence.
It's like, you know, that's a troll, because, you know, they're saying to her exactly what she needs to hear, but putting X in front of it and watching her agree to it. That's what they're doing. The closest I got was a guy I was interested in. I had a workout health channel. But you can probably figure out what I was doing then. Sorry. No, I used to watch her ages ago, and even then I was concerned about mental health. I don't think she has support. Well, yeah, Drag brought her on to talk about negs. That's how I learned about her. And then I subbed up to her. And then one day I went into bloody channel, and she's screaming about fibroids. And I'm like, half your chat's telling you they've got them. I'm like, calm down. If you're here, baby's daddy, sorry you're going through this. Just keep doing right by the baby and everything will work out. That's from Storesberry Muffins. And yeah. He's not listening live. He's at an occasion. And, you know, but he's going to watch as soon as he's home. And I'm going to take my laptop on holiday in case I really need to go live. But I'm going to try not to. But yeah, I could. We'll see. She's looking for validation from her bad choices on the internet. Speaks volume through. She is. Yep, she definitely is. She isn't doing herself any favours. You're right there. Christina is here. And hello. This is a repeat of Shane's situation, but with a baby involved. And that's the sickening thing, isn't it? This man was pushed by Callie with her. He was holding the child. That's what he's claiming anyway. She's delusional, and her chat is feeding the delusion. Yeah, it's trolls. Benny Dinglewood. The only people who would offer her support are people who are as out their head as she is. Yeah, definitely. Exactly. You have a job. She has a lot of confidence for somebody in her position, yet overconfident. Definitely. Oh my God, she told a story today about being in labour. And then doctors and nurses panicking, saying, you've got to push, you've got to get, if you don't get this baby out in 3 pushes, we're going to have to do a C-section. And that. She's telling them off. She said, don't tell me what to do. I know in my mindset, I can take my sweet time and everything's going to be good. That's it. She literally risked the baby in labour. That's her own bloody story. It's shocking, but not shocking. Yeah, you're right. Gabbert and her wanting another. Does she think she can just replace the child? A lot of women try to do that. When she said there are months, you won't hear from your child or baby shop. Yeah. Yeah, she did the other day saying, you know, she compared her baby to a child going off to college and stuff. And you might not see him for months. Your baby is a baby. Callie. Yep. Yeah, because you know, I watch enough of child support court that even if you've got nothing coming in, they'll still slap a minimum amount on you. Yeah. Oh, cool. Thanks, Nikki. YouTube hates me and didn't notify me. I'm going to have to play it back afterwards. Yeah, because I've read out the baby's father messages, and he did give me permission to. He just asked me not to show him. She is insane. None of that sounds too out of the ordinary. None of it. And she said that child were already referred for services because of delays and developmental issues and stuff like that. She'd withheld the baby for a while just before them appointments. This is a new weirdo for me, yeah? Is it? I bet Korean. She went 3 or more months not seeing her baby. I'd be off my head. Yep. Your baby may suffocate in your twat. Bitch, don't tell me what to do. Yep. Literally. Couldn't have put it better myself, Amy May. Yeah, I won a membership. Yeah, you did. Well done. How tragic that she needed saving from her mum, and now her baby needs saving from her. Well, yeah. I think the baby's father said it right. If her dad had stepped in earlier like he's done, maybe she wouldn't be like this. Wow. He's a baby. They can't make choices past what toy they want in the moment or which Cheerio. I think the reason they had such a big problem with that pack and play as well is because I bet she was using it as a playpen, and I bet you were in there all the time. So...
Legends of a Rock. Like, he's very emotionally unintelligent. He's very emotionally inept. He's not in tune. Some people would describe him as emotionally unavailable, but I just think it's a thing. And so that's kind of like when he was at the pediatrician's office trying to raise all this hell and and throw all these accusations and shit or whatever. Like, I understand, right? I understand, you know, if during those few weeks he didn't hear from me, if it could be, you know, alarming and all those things. However, being those few weeks that he didn't hear from me, he did not take proper action, not even as a parent. All he did was withhold, try to default the case, and then continue to withhold and use an excuse saying his lawyer.
If you'd have turned up at court, Callie, a default wouldn't even have been mentioned. If you turned up at the mediation previously, a default wouldn't be mentioned. You weren't complying. What do you mean? It was a preset court date you knew all about and you didn't show up. How is that him going for default? He wanted to establish custody for his child and know where he is and know that you can't just take him away. She can't be so sick. She can't take care of your baby, but then demand you have full custody, exactly. But anyway, it makes perfect sense. Yep. Oh, thank you, Miss Gardy, for the 10 gifted Nikki P memberships. Who have we got? So we've got Snosberry Muffins, Cara Cal Law, Fried Quavers, Holy Big Mac, Goodbye Kyle, Gothic Jean, Sweet Tea, Freddie McDonald, Laura. Oh, that was bloody good. That was a good bunch of people, weren't it? Welcome to the Troublemakers, you little feckers, and thank you very much, Misguided. That's very kind of you. Mental health issues tend to get worse after birth. 1,000,000%. Look at them gifts, yeah. Thank you. So I do miss Misguided from the MFW chat. I don't think she did anything with that baby other than use it as use the poor thing as a prop. Otherwise, the baby wouldn't have been able to lift his head. He would have been able to lift his head before 6 months and hold his bottle. Yep, and this is at 9 months. And he said as well, do you know, at that appointment, he didn't say the baby was diagnosed with anything. He said after treatment started, it was established that he was at the progression of a 3-month-old, right? So unlike her, who thinks you can take a baby and get diagnosed straight away, it was services after receiving some services. They ascertained that the child was at a 3-month-old level. Never watched Callie, but knew who she was. I'm disappointed I missed out on the shit show. You know, I've got a playlist if you want to catch up. That's just from this baby shit, though. Yeah, I do. I really do as well. I bet the dad is beside himself when he has to let him go over. At least he puts him all over internet so he kind of knows what's going on. Ratchets should be careful. So many end up weird like this person. GG Monty, Troll Detective, etc. I will heed your advice, Bait Korean. I'm not really reacting to I'm a commentary because I don't react. I watch them all first and timestamp them. and I have things to I think that's what I am anyway. You didn't do the right thing for your baby, Callie. You didn't show up for him, yeah. Yeah. Oh, hi, Alex. Oh, bloody hell. I've read the father's emails. They were very eye-opening. Yeah, you might want to rewind on that one. They don't always work, these ranking systems, or they're weird. It's only a matter of time before they come weird. Thank you. Baby Callie, there was a clear flip in her mental stability. She has a predisposition to severe mental health issues as well. Yet the clear flip, well, I saw the clear flip when she was fucking screaming about her fibroids and that before her and Shane split up. Like, that was, and then after that, she was just a shit show. Hey, Pound. She reminds me of Teen Mum, except Kelly is way past it. Yeah. Bloody hell, I used to be well into that. Because like my eldest is the same age as the oldest ones on that show, but I weren't a teen mum. But I was a young mum still. Oh my god, thank you. Everyone thank everyone thank you for the gifted memberships. It's always sad when kids are involved. Yeah, it's not a laughing matter anymore, is it? I got it, Jean. That baby isn't safe for you. No, not at all. I do not believe that now. She pushed that man with the child in his arms. The child had a bald spot, couldn't do anything. I couldn't even lift a ball. No. Yeah, I bet Alex is hurt more than anyone by this here. Yeah. She's 35. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, the teen mums are 34. It's mental, isn't it? So my lad's going to be 18 at the beginning of next year. It's craziness. And Shane was so cute. See her for like the first day and then the demon and the chat. Yeah, and she pulls, she's done shorts and you can hear her talking to her new boyfriend and you're like, baby, very cute tone voice and that, like she's sweet and innocent. She spends 3 days getting ready to see him. So am I getting to the end? Right.
Told him to withhold the baby until the GAL was administered. And originally we thought that date was going to be mid-July, but it was actually in June. So it shows him spinning a narrative. That's what I mean, right? And so that's why.
You did not see the GAL until July, Callie. Yeah? He wasn't. The GAL didn't say, I recommend standard minimum parenting time until after he saw you and after he checked out your house and after he made sure you had the right stuff for your child because you didn't even have a crib for him. Nope, pack and play.
With him and the pediatrics trying to spin a narrative continuously about, he wasn't hitting himself until he was her and doing all these things. Bro, how the fuck can I coach my kid in just a weekend? That's why it sounds asinine. And the thing about it is, I don't know how long, and there were other signs and symptoms, and I'm not going to share all of that, but there were other signs and symptoms that my baby was showing after coming back from the withholding that alarmed me, right? That I was like, this is just not right. And you guys know I'm trauma informed, right? Like, girl, traumatized girly. Like, I know the signs. And so it's like, I noticed.
You are trauma. You are trauma. You're trauma to your child. You're trauma to anybody who has the unfortunate luck to have you in their life, Callie. Your dad defo said that. He defo did. You took your kid to a crack house. You might have been desperate, but you took your kid to a crack house. That's the time you should have left him with father till he got sorted. High vitamin water. Yep, she would. And we tried. This is it. She says we hate her, we're against her. Look at my first few videos, and even Alex wrote comments pleading for Callie to reach out to somebody. You don't stop caring about your mates. 3 days later, you're just going to make toast every morning. Fuck me, Sam. What was that about? So, Bait GG is terrible and really was cruel to her. You aren't missing anything but knowing about Negs, and he and Gigi were friends. Yeah. For sure, Callie would have benefited from having Alex as a friend, yeah. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, sure. I don't know. I don't think she's there yet, but that's how I envision things going for Callie. Especially when it comes in. Yeah. No, she really does not think these videos make her look bad. She said, I'm glad even my haters are showing it, because all you're doing is solidify it. You're a mirror to his behaviour. He's not put his behaviour online, Callie. It's only your behaviour that's been showcased online. Has he give his side to me? Yeah, in a respectful manner. He didn't portray anger. He wasn't calling you every name under the sun like you've been calling him. You literally got your chat to vote on him being called Captain Morgan today. Yep. I'm the drama, yeah, she's a trauma, yeah. Baby's suffering already, unfortunately, not being held enough, not attaching to mum, being used as a pawn by a mum who's clearly unstable, yeah. So the crackhead thing is he's saying that he's got a 20-minute video with the father saying that he just because they were doing a drop-off, he said he just collected his son from a crack house. And that all Callie does is lie. And he said a lot more. He's holding on to that for now. Like, he probably is better off keeping it till 26 at least, if ever released it. But I believe he has it. And you're saying he's told you GAL's got it. Surely you've asked the GAL by now. I would have done. So she's going to be on 90 Day Fiancé one day, and the guy's going to be talking about a smelly vag. Oh my God, fucking Danielle. Oh, Danielle and Mohammed. Oh, they're fucking brilliant. They're actually really good friends now, to be fair.
Things, and so that's why I took my baby to the pediatrician and all these things. But this whole thing, it's like, I don't, like, that's what's weird. So I don't know if it was just a weird troll. It could be my ex doing the troll comments, or like his friends. And even if like some of my old haters from back in the day who did the whole smear campaign thing are trying to find a narrative so they can ramp something up and blow it up like how they always do, I just need y'all to get it right, because you're gonna look real dumb when I'm still posting me and my baby in real time and talking about events in real time while y'all are saying,
I don't think we look dumb when I said before you admitted it that you were on the minimum parenting time and it was weekends and the Wednesday. That's what you've got, Callie. You're on the minimum. This is the minimum they'll give you to showcase your abilities and how you deal with having your child back, and you failed.
I lost custody and will never see my baby again. That, it's like, it's giving contradiction. Withhold the baby. That don't even sound right.
You're quite right there, K-Buns. You're quite right.
Yeah, he withheld the baby because he kept denying it. And you know what's crazy? I have emails of his too, so I might throw some of those in there. The emails from, okay, so things that I am wary about. I do not know if I want to, because I can blur any or whatever out, but you guys already know I'm not going to show any court documents, so you guys are just going to have to take my word for that, but you all know I don't lie. I'm not bothered about that. I am tempted to show the emails from his attorney, but I'm going to hold off on that because that could potentially turn into something where him and his attorney come after me separately for a separate thing, and I'm not trying to turn this into that kind of a thing either. It's not worth that. So I don't think I'll show.
Yeah, and that's why she dropped the charges against him, because he knew that they were going to show her up in court with all the evidence and then get her in trouble for lying to him.
Even his attorney's emails, but like, what I did do is blow the whole case up and alert everybody, even the clerk, about the withholding, right? Just make sure documents' names are blurred. Show us as much as you can while protecting yourself. Of course, I believe you. He's a toddler. Calling my ex a toddler, right? Because he's a bigger toddler than the actual one, right? But no, like the Guardian. Okay, so that's what I mean. Like, what is the T here? When I talked to the Guardian and everything, that's what I mean when I said that my ex did all of this just for there to be a temporary parental time order in regards to exchanging the baby. But there was nothing in writing about me losing my rights. There's nothing in writing about me not.
That's why he wanted to do all this, because there was nothing in writing, and he kept withholding the child and taking his money, and then the child's bloody delayed.
Being able to take my kid to the doctor or anything like that. Like, I'm still the primary on my kid's pediatrics. I'm the one that has a relationship with them up there. That's why they pulling me to the side saying, girl, he's bitter. Just keep showing up for your baby regardless. Just keep doing you. Don't let that shit bother you. Like, Girl, they're talking to me, right? They're telling him to shut up and calm down, right? He's the one in there acting a whole fool. So you have a small, true squad. Yeah, to be honest, it's a lot of you guys. It's a lot of you guys who are showing me love and support. And to be honest.
Oh, I know what he looks like, Alex, because she posted a picture of the day the baby was born with him. So it's definitely him. No filters or anything on it. Right. So she's the primary by name, but he's been having the chat. She's got the minimum standard parenting time, yeah. They've just not got to the bit in court where they decide what's going on yet. So I've not asked for big details like that. Maybe down the line. He said he's willing to prove it 100%. I asked for certain photos and he sent them me. So that's good enough for me at the minute. I think the details speak for themselves. He were answering very quickly. I'd say 95% sure, but he did say he could prove it. Nikki better watch out after this, man. She's gonna be pissed. Oh dear. I don't know anything. I'm from UK and I'm stupid.
On all spectrums, whether it's from what I'm seeing in regards to people who are covering me or supporting me or whatever, I'm not seeing anything that's going to make me flip out or anything like that. It's just like, I never said I lost custody of the child. We're taking this man to trial, literally, for his withholding nonsense. I have a video that I posted after I showed you guys that I was finally reunited with my baby, because that's why I came live anyway. Because to be honest, after the withholding and definitely after missing my child's first birthday due to my ex constantly denying and stuff like that, I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm about to go public and blow this up. Because one thing I don't think people really understood, and I think that my ex, because he always talked shit about my YouTube channel and never took it seriously, is that I can come on here and blow this shit up and do numbers with it, and it's gonna look real crazy when you see that you're not breaking me down the way you thought. In fact, I'm actually using my channel and my audience and all the people who have different opinions on me as a whole ass mirror to his behavior, and show I'm not hiding.
I think K-Bun's meant, because I said, I haven't asked his name or anything like that. But if you, send me anything you want, Alex. I believe it's him, though. I do believe it's him. Too many details. And if you saw how quick he was reply, he was very engaged in the conversation. It flowed very easily.
I'm not scared. I'm not broken down. I'm still here for my baby. I'm still going to show up. I'm going to tell the whole fucking truth. And not care, because there's no shame to be had where there's no room for it. Like when something's completely done wrong or whatever, there's no room for it. And I still thank God to this day I did not tell him.
She couldn't even listen to the doctors and the nurses in labour. She told them off for telling her what to do. You think she's going to listen to a court?
Tell what was going on with me when I was dealing with my bleeding and stuff, because him trying to default the case that fast, if I ended up needing real serious help, I mean, even with my upcoming Doppler appointment on the 13th or whatever, and I only have had 2, so it's not like I have had several Dopplers, back to back. No. We were trying to figure all of that out, but this will be my last one.
See, and she said she's watched my name, and she's still saying Dopplers. Something's not ringing right there.
They are painful as living shit, and they cause additional bleeding as well. 2025 is not for crash outs, but finishing things legally. Yeah, the separation, exactly. So, that's why my ex was trying to, I think he was mad that I showed up to the pediatrics appointment, to be honest, because I think he was going to try to spin yet another narrative there. But I was like, nope, because I actually have genuine concern.
So why couldn't he turn up to the one you took the baby to, trying to act like he's got PTSD and bring social services into the mix?
You're not going to show this baby up to this appointment and bullshit. You're just not going to do it. Nope, you're not going to do it. But I never lost custody or my rights. The guardian's only concerns, quite literally, were a pack and play.
The guardian is going to listen to you and tell you concerns that it needs for you to accommodate for the child to be there whilst you're under court supervision, basically. You're given a chance so that when you go back to court, you can say, this is how you behave.
No decision's been made yet. We're taking this man to trial for the withholding, but things have kind of changed now because of his behavior. So now it's like, okay, I'm still looking forward to the 26th, but now I don't know, because he's unraveling in real time. So I'm just curious as to what.
Some people love to stick the dick in crazy, don't they? But yet she's not outside. She's got an oscillating fan. So you'll hear when it turns, it goes right on her, and then it gets quieter again.
The fuck is really next? So it's like, all right, I can expose him for the withholding and I can tell you about his current behavior, but I don't know what this actually means for even him. Right. And I think that he's unraveling, because I think, especially with how obsessively him and his friends watch my channel, he ain't think that I was going to blow back the smoke like this. I know who I am. I know exactly who I am. And for one of the first times in I'm solid in my self-worth, my self-love, and my self-concept. This is why I keep talking about mindset, because you guys are seeing me handle a very deep and dark situation, but you all are seeing me handle it in a way you guys have never seen me handle it before. And I think that's why also some people are confused. But when I told y'all I was working on my mindset, I'm so serious. And so that's why I piped up, because I know who I am. Motherfucker probably did not expect me to go live and get thousands of views every time I spoke about this shit. Especially because
nobody expected it, because nobody in the fucking right mind would do it. It's absolutely crazy that you're wanting to monetize and profit from your child's custody case and excited about it, and you think it makes you look good. This is the delusion that's going to be displayed in court, Callie.
when I was with him, when I was pregnant and stuff, I was taking a break from YouTube. I was only doing sponsorships here and there, getting like a few hundred views here and there. He ain't think that I was going to step back into my life of a free spirit with the free spirits arc and say, oh, you thought you were going to do some injustice? Oh, you thought you were going to withhold my baby? Oh, you thought you were going to traumatize my baby? Oh, you thought you were breaking me down? Oh, you thought you were going to spin this narrative in court? Oh, you thought you got away with it? Bet. Here I am. And I'm going to show up for myself, my baby, and everything else. And that's why, like,
always yourself first, and then my baby, my baby.
Even in that video where I mentioned him and everything, I'm going off of the video to my child's father because I was pissed even with the court system, because in May, I tried to bring to their attention that he was withholding the baby, but low-key due process bullshit went down. They did not hear it. I barely spoke at that hearing. They just rushed it closed. So that's why the Guardian, even after stepping in now, is still making a decision, even with all this confusion that's happened.
Yeah, so it's so obvious and everything's so in your favour, but the Guardian is saying to you, I'm still making a decision. And what else has he said? We'll see. You're being softly let down there, and they'll tell you in court, and then he gets to walk away from you and not get shit from you.
Unfortunately. But I'm not afraid of it. I'm not broken down by it because I've been living in truth this entire time. You know, perhaps I could have handled the 3 weeks, you know, when I was down, you know, going through the whole bleeding and the fevers and all that and trying to figure that out and doing the bed rest and stuff. Perhaps I could have gone about it in a better way. But at the time, I didn't know what the fuck else to do. And I was so overwhelmed. I'm like, well, fuck, like, well, if I'm going to be on bed rest, I might as well just at least try to keep my channels going and pre-record or whatever and, you know, try to make a plan. Like, I was shook. And of course, never did I expect for him to continuously withhold the baby for 3 fucking months and use all of these excuses. Mind you, his excuses kept changing. Oh, my lawyer told me this. Oh, the baby's behind in his development, that's why I'm doing this. Oh, no, this is actually why I'm doing this. And it's like, well, Kids Above All was also working with my baby with the development, so what's your excuse there? Right.
What do you mean, what's the excuse there? If Kids Above All working on his development, and at his 9-month check, it was flagged, and then he went on to get services, and that placed him at being 3-month-old, your fucking Kids Above All needs a bloody good looking at, don't they?
Because I was already sitting on top of that. And when we exchanged the baby that week, the reason my ex took the baby to that appointment, because there was a baby's doctor's appointment in April as well, before I was, you know, able to pick my baby up and all these things. I entrusted my ex to take that baby to the appointment, and he used that appointment as a way to spin a ton of narratives, saying that I fed my baby all kinds of unhealthy food, saying that he doesn't think that, he told them that he didn't think that I was fit. He also ended up trying to tell the pediatricians, like I told you all, it wasn't just the development program. He also tried to tell the pediatricians that I had dropped the baby off, never to be seen or heard from again, and never returned.
At that point, you had not returned and you had not been seen or heard from again. What part of that? You're telling us we can't understand, Callie. You said you went no contact for 3 weeks. The appointment, the court date was in that 3 week. What part of that do you not understand, you crazy bitch?
That's why everyone worked with me. You know what I mean? Because if I was truly neglectful, I would be more blocked out than what he tried. So that's what I mean. Like, he tried all this stuff, and it's like all there is like a parenting time order. And it's up for review on the 26th due to the trial, because the Guardian is still reviewing the facts and the backing of this case. But as far as like me being with my baby, I'm not denied access to my baby. And then like, in regards to his paternity, the court just administered paternity for him. Like this.
Yeah, if you're withholding the child and trying to get restraining orders so that he can't take you to court and stuff like that, what's he meant? Paternity needs, especially if you've got court, it needs to go through the court. You kept not turning up, and then he's got it established now. It happens all the time. You should have put him on the birth certificate. When you went to claim child support in November, that's what stops you getting the child support, wasn't it? Not being on birth certificate. So he's like, all right, you want child support, do you, bish? We'll go to court. We'll get a proper order written up. You won't be playing my kid anymore. And then you retaliated, trying to get a restraining order on him, and you kept his kid away from him for 2.5 months.
Past July date. But as far as actual child support through the state, he never paid it. He never paid it. He tried giving me $200 here and there or whatever, but that's not actual child support through the state. That's just bullshit.
He gave you plenty love. Alex had me play a video on this channel where you're like, I get my bag. You know, you were loving it. Week on, week off and getting your money. It weren't no 200 quid here and there. You said yourself that you were living and paying rent and paying your way off the money that man were giving you, and that your friend was threatening to kick you out because you weren't giving her any of it.
You know what I mean? That's just bullshit. That's he never paid child support, like actual child support to the state. In fact, when I went, and I do have obviously those receipts and everything. This is what I mean when I say everyone's working with me. When I had originally, this was back in like last fall, I think, when I went down to the child support agency and all those things with the state's attorney or whatever, him not establishing attorney was a huge issue. But by the time I had my follow-up appointment with him, guess what? He had already came after me for custody. And so when he came,
and that's what people do. If you want the child support through the state, then he wants the state to have write his rights down in the court order. You want things official, that's how they go. You want official child support, he wants to be officially the father and have official custody. Yet she can't. Look, the first day she got a child back, straight to the internet, posting his under redacted videos. Yeah, everything is about her. I know over X. It wasn't ordered right, left my ass off, and up until now she's admitted he gave her money and they had a non-court ordered agreement. Yep. And he'll have sent that through banks or whatever, so he'll have proof of that, and that does get to, if he can show the receipts, which I'm sure he sent the money on a regular basis for the reason of court as well. I don't believe that. It's bullshit. I'm pretty sure the courts consider money given by the dad prior to... Yep, they do. I've watched enough court, but, I'm stupid, Callie. I'm from UK. Just another example of a piece of shit that had no business giving birth. Yes, and high twisted skeptic. Listening to her makes me so happy that she doesn't have her kid for any reason. Yeah. Well, she does. She has him every other weekend and overnight on a Wednesday. It's a bit scary at this moment in time. Yeah. He's only just started walking as well, but that's bloody brilliant from where he was at. He's really, really grown since being in the father's custody, and that can be shown because the father was engaging with services. And look, the services don't want to engage at Callie's house. She keeps making a point of it. So if she did take that child back, she would not have allowed him to go to that dad's house and have his services there. So the services would have ended. Definitely.
For custody, and I was trying to go through child support for the state. They're going to put that on hold until paternity is established and a custodial order is established. Neither has happened. Well, paternity, in July, but this past month or whatever. But no custodial orders in place as far as allocation of rights or anything like that. That's what
we know. That we're not done. We know that. That's what the 26 is about. It's a trial. You're gonna have your ass shown to you, Callie.
I mean, like, it would not be a parenting time visitation order. Say this parent exchanges the baby at this time, this parent exchanges the baby at this time, at this location at this time, and both parents, it literally says both parents have parenting time during these times. That's all it says. There's no custodial and allocation of rights order, meaning this is the sole custodial parent, whatever. Now, aside from the paperwork that he lied on, the pediatricians, my program, and all of my documentation, I've always listed the baby as being with me. Right? Because obviously my child is always...
Yeah, it's disgusting. And I don't know if you were at the beginning, but I've been speaking to the father, and it's clear he's more bothered about the child, definitely. He's upset, but he just wants to do what's right for his kid, and he had reasonable explanations for a lot of things as well.
With me. And I'm not changing it. The guardian didn't even tell me to change it. The guardian did not tell me to change the information on the pediatrician stuff. So I guess that's a good sign too. And that's
what's the point in changing it now when it's going to be court ordered in a few weeks?
Why I laugh about my ex's allegations and all that shit, because he did a lot. He tried a lot. He did a lot trying to fuck with me. And like
Ashley, the lawyer is her aunt. She needs to be able to speak a truth, and she's not giving a client good counsel, put it that way. She's practically representing herself, really. Oh, have you? Well, thanks for being here. I'm just glad there's at least one parent that he's doing what he's meant to do, or else they won't, he's got what he's got at the minute because he is complying with all the services and all the court stuff and everything. Yeah, she's not. She weren't bothered.
Smash, like slam dunk this case and finesse narratives and all this bullshit. And all he did, unfortunately, was traumatize his own child, which is sickening and disgusting. And not get an actual custodial order in place just for him to spiral during the visiting month anyway, when he's already getting ready to be taken to trial.
Oh, yeah, this is a new one. She's taking him to trial. He took her to court. You're being taken to trial, Callie. Not the other way around, but she loves saying this at a minute.
Have a whole ass hearing. That's why I be laughing, because I'm like, you did all of that just to land here. Him acting like those women at the center never saw a man trying to hide how shitty he is laughable, right? I hope they can see him for who and what he is. I hope so too.
Those women at the centre mean shit in all this, really, Callie. They really do. Right? If they were giving your child services in that time, they're as negligent as you've been, apparently, because he was so behind, and whilst he's been with the dad, he's caught up in a short time.
The case did move kind of shady. Like, I didn't like how in January they threw out my order of protection that I had on him. They immediately threw it out. I didn't like that, because what's crazy is
they immediately threw the order of protection out. Listen to what she put down on the order of protection.
in the January date, like when the case started up, right? Because mind you, he sent me the summons on the 26th of December, right? So when
she got the summons on Christmas Eve, so he didn't get to see his kid at Christmas.
We had that first court date, I did not like how they threw out my plenary order of protection, because it's fucking crazy. I told them from jump when this case started, I'm like, he's abusive. I'm afraid for both me and my child. I'd like an order of protection. I've been trying to exchange the baby this whole time, and he keeps causing issues, like the whole bullshit with my dad, the whole stuff with my ex-friend.
Right. So she says, I've been exchanging with him, but he's been causing issues with my dad and things. What? He told your dad that you had it made with. There was a 20-minute conversation with your dad. Yeah? Where your dad said that you're a liar and your kid was living in a crack den. Yeah? Yeah. I'm sorry, misguided. She's infuriating. I can't relate to this woman at all. Either she needs serious help or I don't know. And I'm glad you can't relate to her. None of these cows can grasp that. You have a trial pending. Stay off YouTube. Exactly.
And things of that nature, right? And so then I told them, I said, even him filing this case is a form of post-separation abuse. And I told them in January, it's almost like, it's almost become true. I told them in January, I was like, I am afraid that he will do something to escalate again, even during this case. I told them.
And if he did, they would have seen that in court. And you know what? You haven't said anything that really puts him in a bad light in court. What? He was upset that he found out at an appointment that his child had been receiving services he didn't know about, and that you've been taking him to appointments where you're informing him. Right. What else? But the list of your behaviour since court have been involved, now that's a different story, isn't it? For separation abuse, yeah, that's why she tried. As soon as she got the court papers, she put a restraining order on him, and it was thrown out as soon as it went in front of court. I'm Murphy Smith. Yeah, he knows he messed up having a kid with her. He knows. But it's not the child's fault. Like he said, the child didn't ask to be here. And he's going to make sure that he can give this child the best life and try to protect him from what she will do to him.
I told them. And look at it. Y'all should have kept my order of protection in place. And I had it for both me and the baby, because I wasn't playing. I was like, well, you're going to try to do this case, I'll just keep the baby, and I'm going to stop exchanging the baby with you, because what the fuck? And then the judge threw it out.
Right. I'm going to slow that down. Listen to this vindictive bitch. Right? Look at the fucking smug face as well.
Y'all should have kept my order of protection in place. And I had it for both me and the baby, because I wasn't playing. I was like, well, you're going to try to do this case, I'll just keep the baby, and I'm going to stop exchanging the baby with you, because what the fuck? And then the judge threw it out. Because she wanted to see how exchanges would go and all of that shit. But I knew it was going to be a dumpster fire. Women who...
She wanted to say, no, she threw it out because it was baseless. It was clearly an attempt to stop him being able to be around the child while his court was going ahead. It was a retaliation for your hurt feelings that he wanted things in writing for when it came to his child. That smug face, or why do you think it was thrown out so quick? Why are you smug about it being thrown out so quick? She's like, yeah, I told you I needed it. She tried to get him one on the child. What did he do to your fucking child? You pushed him with the child in his arms, or didn't you, Callie?
Who leave abusive situations, we know what the fuck we're talking about. We know what we lived with. We know what we dealt with. We don't want that for us and our kids. Right? And this is the problem, and this is kind of the thing. I never wanted to completely cut him out of the baby's life, but what I was going...
But she did. She withheld him for 2.5 months when he put court papers in.
What I wanted to do was just hold on to the baby with the order of protection if it had gotten granted, and see where this case had gone until there was an actual, order in place, which we've never gotten there.
That's word salad again. Let's see if we can decipher it.
Maybe with the order of protection if it had gotten granted, and see where this case had gone. Completely cut him out of the baby's life, but what I was going to do was just hold on to the baby with the order of protection if it had gotten granted, and see where this case had gone until there was an actual, order in place, which we've never gotten there. We've never gotten there. Right.
Look, she intended to use a protection order to keep him away from the baby till it got to court, because that would have put him on the back foot in court. Disgusting, Callie. That's your fucking kid.
Right? Because I didn't want him to just, willy-nilly, but unfortunately exchanging the baby or whatever, which that's okay. I never had the pure intentions of, cutting him out of the baby's life. Because at the end of the day, just like how my point is the same point, his point's the same. I will always be that child's mother, near or far, regardless of what happens. And he, despite who and everything he is, will always be the father. But as far as being a safe constant, as far as being a non-combative, a non-confrontational, a low conflict parent, well, of course, that's me.
I hope no one had any liquids in the mouth then, because it would definitely have been spat out, right? That man's going by the book. He's got a lawyer. He's doing everything he's meant to. He's not online. He's not showing his ass. But you're the calm parent. Oh, she's so smug when the court see through her like a window at being boss. Exactly. But she's not. She's living in her delusion.
Right. Especially with me, working on my mindset and stuff. So it's you know what I mean? Until something happens, they won't do anything. When it does happen, they'll ask, why wasn't it reported earlier? Right. Right.
Or someone giving an excuse to look sad. She forgot she was smirking a minute ago.
Now, so this is why I'm excited for this 26th date.
She's excited, people. Excited about it.
Because it's getting kind of obvious, his antics, and now with him actively unraveling in real time, unprovoked, mind you, completely unprovoked, mind you. Now with him unraveling in real time, I don't know. Because to me, the answer is loud and clear. It's well, I'm not the one doing all this. I'm going to go live and expose it or whatever, but I'm not the one spiraling at damn pediatrician's appointments. I'm not the one,
You are. You have been. You have been.
Cursing out kids above all. Even when I called the program that he has the baby in on his end, I didn't curse that lady out. I wasn't rude to that lady. I was actually willing to work with her because I probably will have to work with her. Right? Because that's the whole point of this. People don't understand, regardless of who people are, you're going to have to find a way to work together. It's just keeping interaction. You guys know how I say, I don't understand why this man can't just exchange the baby and shut the fuck up and keep the antics low, because he's always trying to throw dicks. He's always saying something. It's bro, just text me that stuff and whatever, because he can't it's probably a regulation issue.
Please text me proof that you're abusing me because I haven't got any.
Like, he can't have self-control, right? He's unhinged. Something needs to be done. The bottom line of the matter is something is going to have to happen, because at the end of the day, we are all going to have to work together to some extent, but I don't know what that would look like to keep conflict to a minimum. I mean, especially as of right now, I mean, there's no need for him to be this mad when he's the one who withheld my kid for all these months.
His child couldn't hold a bottle and was at the age of 3 months old after he'd been withheld by you to the father and after the father engaged with services. You see?
Like, him just being angry and dysregulated and hostile is like so damn telling. You have been more than willing to work together. He's the one who isn't. Exactly. And so that's why that's why I keep my attitude passive. You know, I'm not going to go spiraling to the Guardian ad litem. When I found out that he was sending over my YouTube videos and shit to the Guardian, I'm like, all right, it's the Callie show all over again. I'll just go live every single day and talk about this stuff and do a receipts video, because the very same things that I'm going to show in this video are the very same things that I showed to the Guardian ad litem.
And he still has more custody than you. I know it's temporary, but you know, they've looked over what they had up to then. You know, the Guardian ad litem has a lot of work to do. They've got to put it all together for trial, yeah? And they have a report. When the report's done, then you know about it, right?
No one's hiding here. Like, no one's hiding here. I wouldn't be surprised if the Guardian starts watching my channel, because you know what happens when people watch me for too long. You know, they start saying girl, and next thing you know, they start posting purple and black hearts.
The Guardian's seen plenty of your channel, Callie, because when you do something and when you lie, when you misrepresent things that are in writing, the Guardian's being told. It's all going in a report. I don't know. I don't think she ever did. I love that she takes that as a challenge. Fine. I'll go live every day and give you ammunition to use against me. Yeah, she's stupid. The GAL is not a friend. No, they will act pleasant. They need to get in there and get as much information from both sides so that they can make a proper report and make the best decision for the child. The judge will decide in the end. The GAL holds a lot of weight. That's why they're involved. He's there to talk for the child. He's there to take out the bullshit arguments, yeah, and stick to the facts. The facts are against you, Callie. Well, that's such a bad idea for her to do. She should have stopped going live when she found out he was sending them. Yep, exactly. She's doubled and tripled down every time. Callie has repeated, used her trauma as an excuse. But when it comes to stopping it, no, she couldn't be bothered.
That's a joke. I mean, I don't really know about that man. That's a grown-ass man or whatever. But he doesn't have smoke with me. He didn't have smoke for me. He simply asked for, like, what were my future plans and everything. So I told him about school, I told him about real estate and all that. Talking about how I'm helping the family, you know, sell this house and everything, and how that's kind of deep. And he wanted to know why we were selling it. And I told him that, you know, everybody passed, you know, away and stuff and all that. And then he asked, you know, about my history with my ex and things of that nature. But like, his only concern, like when we all had court, he was like, my only concern is the pack and play, which is a valid concern. But you also have to think of it from a standpoint of, you know, I did it for convenience. Now it's like, you know, we have one of those like roller like cribs or whatever. But you know, the pack and plays and the bassinets with the wheels on them. I mean, you guys know those are still standard for safe sleep for babies, especially when you're, you know, raising the small baby, representing a lot of care.
Yeah, but what if you accuse her just sticking your baby in a bouncer or a pack and play all day? They'd rather you have a cot so they know you can't stick the child in it all day like a bloody baby prison. Imagine talking about your kid being kept back from you by your abuser and you hold your phone up to and check how you look and fix your hurt. Well, yeah, you should see today's Mum Fried Quavers. And that leads me to what I'm going to do is I implore you to go watch the end of the stream. I am limited on time. And guess what? I'm on holiday in 13 hours and I've not packed a thing. No, I don't think she said she never loved him. She said it openly. Like, that's why she weren't bothered when they split up. She just wanted a baby. She was at a certain age. She just finished with Shane. It was a dig at him as well. I feel sick over this, hearing what you discussed with the child's dad. She flat out lied about him calling a generational. Yeah, he's made it very. It's not about her generational home. It's nothing. He said, yeah, it stunk of cat piss and it had shit everywhere. And it's in Norfolk State for a child. He doesn't know who it is now, but obviously she's got it. She keeps making a point about her in baby's room, and there's a part in the living room that's all sorted. Everywhere else is shit out. So I'm going to go over to just watch a little bit of today's stream. Yeah, this stream was made to be live when I was meant to be live, and like I say, if anyone mentioned my name, the comment got deleted, and only Edna was allowed to mention my name, but she was ignored. So I'll just stop sharing a second. So yeah, she was doing that whilst I was live yesterday. I had no idea. Self-care Sunday. We're not watching loads of it. I just want you to get a general idea of how she were today. Yeah, have a beautiful holiday, Nikki. Safe travels. I'm going to finish cooking. Thanks for the stream. You're more than welcome. Goodbye, Kyle. This is the second time I thought you were leaving us, lol. Thank you for going over all of this. Oh. Well, I got dragged. I would thought, oh, today I'm just going to park and do all this. Yeah. But, you know, I'm very grateful he's reached out to me. I'm very grateful we've been able to get some more clarity. Is Callie going to respond? Doubt it. I don't think she's going to acknowledge it unless she wants to go crazy. Which he could do, thank you. It's just a holiday in my own country, but it's all my family's going. It's going to be a good time. The kids are very excited. Yeah, she was waiting for financial reasons. So we're just going to watch a little bit of this, like I said, just give you an idea of it, where her head's at today. Trying to get to a good bit myself. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, bless Dutchy. Hi, thanks for being here. My self-delusion is your best friend. Thank God the father seems to be a normal, same person. He's doing what he's meant to. They were probably proper twats for each other, but he seems to be being a good dad. He's saying the right things. He's talking the right way. I think he's going to be mad he reached out, but he has a right to get his side out there. She opened that door for that, yeah. And he hasn't come on screaming and shouting. And he's even said she was correct in some matters and stuff like that. I think he was more respectful than I'd have been after what she's been saying. So I'm going to share this screen. Jump scare. No, this is not a mugshot. This is Callie's stream from today called Self-Care Sunday. Let's just watch a little bit of it.
Your hair is beautiful. Thank you, girl. It has grown. I luckily, I did not go through postpartum hair loss, thank God. So, you know how some women have to go through the balding and stuff? That's one thing, that's one struggle that did not get me postpartum. I need to dry my edges. How you doing, queen? I'm good, boo. I'm good. Woo. All right. I'm going to get myself one of those like paper face masks. In a bit, I do the chill out ones from Target, the little face ones. What about a curly style with gel to define it? Girl, that take a little bit of time. If I wasn't going out tonight, I'd probably do that. When I'm home and I'm not doing anything, or like when I'm just home, like with the baby or whatever all day, y'all know I do my poof or whatever, because I still do my poofs because they're super easy. Or I'll put like a headband around and like, you know, put the little leave-in in with like the curl stuff and then just let it do that. But I'm actually going to get ready and braid this again. I low-key...
Yeah, shop her didn't she? Why do these cows start live before they're situated and camera ready? I just want to wear a fucking bra. I'm sick of it. Absolutely, Nikki. When she ended our friendship, she said because she didn't need me, because she had him and her baby daddy. Now she doesn't need him because she has a new man yet. People are transactional to Callie. Callie doesn't have real friends. everyone in Callie's life is against her, and she doesn't realise it's her fault. Yeah, everyone in this chat is trolling her and gassing her up. I do believe that.
Like flat ironing or hot combing my hair, because I love seeing the length, especially because I've worked so hard on it. Because you guys know, I told you all like back in high school and stuff, because I know my natural hair has been like a journey on here. Like back in high school and stuff, I used to get perms and all that shit. And then I realized like late high school, early college, that, you know, so many chemicals and shit, like it can like break your hair off. So I literally like grew out my perm, got that taken care of, and I've been natural ever since. And now I'm in my 30s. I've been natural ever since my early 20s. So I've been natural for over 10 years. Finally. And so, you know, despite postpartum and everything, like at least my hair was okay. Because, you know, some women, they get those bald patches, they go through the hair loss.
Yep. She's going through custody case. She's calling the ex an alcoholic. We've been calling her out for keep drinking on all of the shorts and everything. She's pre-drinking now before she goes out drinking. She's doing it live in a custody battle. Oh,
enjoying me a little rum Mai Tai. I washed my hair today too after being at the pool. Yes. Today's about relaxation and taking care of yourself. Yes. Y'all enjoy yourselves, babies. Y'all want to see what I be putting in my baby's hair? So I'm trying this out for his little curls. The Coconut Kids Curling Buttercream. And it's that Shea Moisture. Did I get postpartum depression? No, but I got a lot of bleeding though. I didn't allow myself to get down for too long because remember, like, I don't know if you've been around, but I left my ex when my baby was a newborn still. And because of all that shit, honestly, like, I refused to allow that man to have any emotional leverage over me than what he had already had. And then when he threatened my life, it was a wrap. So it's like, it took a lot of mental fortitude. Plus I was dealing with a lot.
Now, the baby dad, he said she has cut that video off. And he did, and he said it was about court. And he did immediately start talking about court.
When I left him, as far as like figuring my life out and all that stuff. So no, like, thank God, like I didn't get postpartum depression. I didn't have time to just, and I'm not trying to like talk about anybody or say anything, but I didn't have time. I quite literally did not have time to give up on myself or give up on my baby or give up on anything. I just kept going hard. Like I trained my mind. I told y'all mindset. I started fucking listening to fucking Dylan James every day in my fucking earpiece. And then I started listening to Manifesting Bestie. And then I started listening to The Power of I Am. And he uses scripture a lot to talk about mindset. So I don't know how you guys feel about, you know, God and faith and stuff like that. But for me, because of my mindset journey and everything, so like I actually kind of restored my faith in the Lord and everything, especially after everything I've gone through, because there's no way I went through what I went through about a year ago, and I am where I am right now in preparation to, you know, help my family sell our home and, you know, pursue real estate, get my license, you know, being mentored, all these things and prep to move. You know what I mean? I had no time. Like, even when I was like down bad, like living in the hotel with my baby for that period of time, I literally, and especially because like I was still in a newborn routine, right? Newborns need care every few hours, every 3 to 4 hours, they need care. They're going to need a diaper change, a bottle, and a nap. Diaper change, bottle, you know, nap, whatever, cuddles, do tummy time, all of these things. So I literally like, when I...
Oh, funny you're saying about this, and this is before I read the receipts out. Apparently she wasn't doing any tummy time. What the fuck? Callie manifests some responsibility. Yes, please. What's she doing? Fuck knows. She didn't have time. Pretty sure my blood pressure just went through the roof. Exactly, Ashley. That's someone kind of cut it up. Nikki, it hasn't always been like that. I believe from March is what the baby's father told me. She said it was April, but that's when she abandoned him. Yeah, he'd had his week, and then she didn't come back and pick him up. But he said he had her in most of March, to be honest with you. He said she only had him on the 1st of April. So
I was in the hotel and shit, like just me and my baby, like taking care of my baby. I would like, you know, thank God for the hotel Wi-Fi and shit. But I would put Dylan James, and like I'm a member on his channel, right? So I would put him in my ears, like have an earbud in, and just be listening to him all fucking day. And then like Power of I Am, when I found his channel, I would listen to his videos all day. I would listen to Manifesting Bestie. She does a podcast on Spotify. Listen to that shit every day. There's a book on mindset that a lot of people in manifestation study, and it's Psycho-Cybernetics. And Dylan James actually reads chapters of this book on his channel. And so, or he has older videos where he's read chapters of this book on his channel. You can get the audiobook. I think you can still get it off Amazon. for like Kindle or whatever if you have one, or you can just do like the little audio book version of it, but listen to that shit. Or you can like listen. I mean, some people are like really, really heavily into that. People talk about when you do mindset and meditation and studying manifestation, it's almost like brainwashing yourself. But in reality, what you're doing is rewiring your brain, because I was determined to not break, because I made a promise to myself. And like, I told you guys this all the time. You didn't let yourself down into depression. No, I didn't have time for that shit. The only time I've been a little bit down in regards to care, and the only thing that happened in regards to, me being afraid if I wouldn't be able to, care for my baby, is when I had that fucking bleeding during that whole.
Did you hear that shit? The only time she's been down, the only time she's been afraid is when she came on a period early.
Exchange when I was with my ex, because that was actually scary, and I didn't fucking know, right? Because that was actually like unexpected, especially because it happened in April. You would have thought something like that would have happened sooner, but then it's like, whatever.
She said that she was bleeding all the way through her pregnancy every time we shouted at her.
But no, like, I made a promise to myself to like not break, like, because I went through so much shit in mass, and like that actually got to me a lot more than I think any of you really actually realized. It took me a while to adjust when I moved back home. Mind you, I pretty much lived out there in actual isolation. I'm talking about like barely any human contact for almost 2 years straight, right? So I was out there.
She was
we don't hurt ourselves. I knew better.
She was with Shane for the first year, so it was 1 year, but it was 1 year. He moved out just before the lease was due to be renewed, and she renewed the lease, and then she lived there for another 9 months, and then she moved back to Chicago, and then she came back and she threw all the stuff her audience bought her into a skip.
Contacting differently. I didn't know any better at the time. I even told the whole Guardian, like, I understand how that. I didn't have time to just break. Like, it's really mind over matter out here. Yes, you can, and I'm not saying like don't have emotions. It's just a time and a place. The days of me coming on here and breaking down, crying, talking about all this shit. No, honey, I'll just do that in the peace of my own room and carry forward, or I'll journal about it. You know what I mean? Or I'll like meditate and do some breath work on it. Or I'll like align my mind.
Or you'll come online and show your fucking ass and do it.
Set more with like what I'm actually focused on for my future. I have a whole kid to stay strong for. That's why when the whole fucking bleeding shit happened, that shit was scary, especially during this damn case. I was like, oh God, I know I didn't come this far just to not be there for my baby. Like, that's wild. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I thank God everything's worked out. I haven't watched your latest videos.
You weren't there for your baby. You didn't show up to court. You didn't show up to mediation. You didn't show up to his paediatric appointment where it was assessed that he'd been... Well, you can read between the lines with what the father has said.
Because I realized I was about to start doing that, and that's not what I want my channel to be about. What do you mean? After turning 30 and having my baby, I feel the same way. To like elevate your mindset and be strong for you and your baby and just say fuck who and whatever tries to fuck with you. Yeah, that's a vibe. That's all that matters. Especially if you're a woman with like actual goals. And so you know what those goals take. Like, I'm a woman, I want to pursue real estate. Yes, indeed. I really would like to get to the point where I do it part-time, because for me, real estate would be my backup actually. Because, my big goal is, honestly, more children. I want more babies. And I always have seen myself as being married and everything. So it's like, in life, you are going
every bloody stream now. Every stream she talks about this, wanting more babies.
to be faced with a choice. Like yesterday, I checked out everybody's channel who's been talking about me, or at least everyone that you all may be aware of, and it's only 3 of y'all. It's not no big deal. It ain't like it was like 15, 20 of y'all like how I was back in the day. Like, and doing and saying.
Well, if he does get full custody and there's a pending child support case, and he does get the majority custody, they'll calculate it, and she probably owe him back pay as well.
Vile shit, and I'm not seeing it anywhere. Like, yeah, some people may say some harsh things, or some people, honestly, even with people who have previous grievances or maybe hatred or negativity towards me, I cannot lie, there is still valid concern for both me and my child. And it's really crazy that even people who
only that is coming from your chat, and they're all trolls, Callie. They're all trolling you. They're saying to you what you need to hear, but they're putting dad in front of it first, so that they can get how you can react and how you can answer to it, but as long as it's not your name involved.
I don't know if they claim to hate me or however they feel. The general consensus is that my ex is really fucked up, and y'all don't want my baby around my ex, and y'all are worried for my child and worried
That's not the general consensus at all, Callie. I think after the messages I've read out today, the general consensus is that you shouldn't be near your kid. Sort yourself out.
For me. And the biggest criticism is, why didn't I handle the 3-week, no contact thing differently? I didn't know any better at the time. I even told the whole guardian, like, I understand how that looks, but that was never my intention. And that's all that I can say. I get how that looks. I understand how that seems. But if I truly did not care, and if I truly, had dropped the baby off never to be seen or heard again and never return.
Look how she laughs as well. It's not fucking funny, Callie. At the time he said those things to the services, you were MIA. You were no contact. He didn't know what was going on. And then smiles.
I would have never reached back out. I would have never called the police and report the withholding. I never would have went as ham as even I'm going right the fuck now to still, publicize and expose the fucking withholding because I know what the fuck happened. So granted, I might have handled those few weeks wrong, right? While on bed rest, while figuring everything else, while overwhelmed. True. But 3 weeks compared to 3 months, absolutely the fuck not. And that's just where I stop it at. So it's I can't even.
You withheld the child for 2.5 months, and then you'd also withheld him for 1 month before that as well. I think she means internal scan, but do you know what? She's saying she watched me now. I keep pulling her up on it. It's not called a Doppler. If she's saying it's Doppler, she's fucking just making it up, isn't she?
And get mad at anyone and their opinions because, to be honest, I just kind of skim through stuff anyway. It could be more vile than what I'm saying or witnessing, but I don't have an interest in beefing with y'all. Y'all are not my beef. Y'all are not my tea. Y'all are still my audience, whether you want to admit it or not. You hate me so much, but if you're watching me and you're watching me for hours on end with your community, you're in my audience, honey. You're a viewer. You are.
Yep. And I've been like you say, you've put all this content out. I've watched it all, Callie. I've watched it again. I've timestamped it, and then I've brought it to my audience. Right? I am listening to you. That's why I've got a list of lies. You need to start writing down everything you say so that you can keep up with it because you shit at it, love.
Or, okay, it doesn't even matter if you download my shit, give me the ads or not. You are a viewer, okay? And even in the chats, right? Even in the chats, y'all get people who kind of waver about me. Y'all.
Thank you, Ashley, for the $5 super chat. She called the police and went after her ex purely to get back at him. It had nothing to do with the baby. 100% correct. And the court seen straight through it and dismissed it. And she was like, yeah, I told him they should have kept it. No, you showed him exactly why it shouldn't have been in place. Imagine if that PR was granted. She said she'd put it for her and the child. Yeah. She was trying to eradicate him from the child's life. So she had the upper hand in court. She's admitted it already. And she can't see it. And she has withheld twice as well. She can't see that. She can't see it at all.
Get people who, I like Callie, but da-da-da. Or, no, I really like Callie, da-da-da. Or da-da-da. Y'all get, some of my supporters over there. So it's to be honest, now this is probably going to sound crazy to people. And this is why I gave you guys the clarity videos. And I'll continue to keep everyone updated. I don't really care, regardless of what their opinions are.
If you don't really care, why are you risking the custody of your child by telling everybody and trying to convince everybody you're not an unfit mother? Convince the court. Oh shit, you can't. So you come in and fucking gaslighting an audience instead.
Honestly, in all actuality, regardless of how you want to try to perceive it or whatever you say about me or how you claim to hate me so much or how you feel, we are all a community. If you got me up on your screen and you watching me.
I didn't hate you, Callie. I didn't. I felt sorry for you. I wanted the best for you when it came to your child. I announced when you were pregnant, I said, I'm not going to be even watching you anymore because, best for you and your child and all that lot. And, I hope everything goes well and I hope it's the making of you. I offered to help when I seen you, clearly doing everything wrong and destroying yourself. Do I hate you now? A little bit.
For hours on end and you trying to stay up on everything I'm saying and doing and you trying to figure out, this, or maybe you need to provide some more clarity or.
So yeah, most states it goes off. So both parents' incomes are taken into account. So say if one makes significantly more and they've got equal time, the one who makes significantly more will be paying the other parent, the one who's got, even if it's 50-50. Now, he's not going to be expected to pay child support to her if she's only got the minimum standard parenting time, even if he earns a lot more than her.
Maybe you're, concerned or whatever. We're a community. Regardless of how you feel about me, okay? And that's why I wish y'all peace, because to be honest, you know, I don't have any hate or malice for anyone, even from the campaign. And I can't lie about it because Massachusetts taught me a lot about myself. Massachusetts highlighted my shadow so I could actually do the shadow work to be where I am now, to handle my ex like a boss, like how I'm doing right now. And you see that man is unraveling as we speak. That man gets no reaction, barely interaction.
I have 5 husbands and they all bite me. Everyone abuses Callie. Everyone in her life. Hi, Anita Berber. She's playing her stupid YT games in the real world. It works on Shane, but the baby dad operates in the real world. He surely does. Yep. She's the kind of spiteful rat to stay unemployed. But I know, like, I see enough, even like through watching Teen Mum and stuff like that. They'll put you on child support. There's still a minimum amount. They don't care if you're working or not. So I know it's like usually like $140 or something like that. So it really low. But they're expected to pay it and they'll still end up in court and in jail if they don't. I wish they had that here. It's not the case in England at all. If they don't pay it, they don't really do much. Fathers, they'll stay unemployed for 18 years to not pay anything and they get away with it because the state will pay for them all that time. She's got a lot of grace that others don't. Even people who didn't like her wished her well, and she turned out to be not worth a second chance yet. Quite correct. My ex had no verifiable income, so they ordered him 130. Yeah, I thought it was around that amount, Ashley. See, I don't know nothing, me, because I'm from UK. I know your daddy's side of it, the baby daddy's side of things, though, don't I? Yeah, it is. It's £1 a day in the UK if you're unemployed. And if that has to be taken due to any like kind of abuse, anything like, do you know, if it has to be taken directly from the benefits, you get £6.25 a week. Yeah, we're talking $10 in US, by the way, that. But what happens if you're not in a partnership in this country and you're not working yourself and you're a mother, you'll get benefits to help you anyway. So that's why they cover that. But if you work and they don't, you just get nothing, basically. And as well, child support in the UK is not seen as a priority. So say you're on benefits and you have your benefits being garnished for other things. Child support's a 14th on the list. So anything else, any of these other garnishments come before it. So if they're getting too much stuck away, you just don't get anything. Well, this is what hopefully the court orders. Like now, she's been watched by the court. If that happened, she would be arrested and that. Do you know how she sent the police to his house to try and get the baby and they said, we can't actually take the baby. It's up to him because like there's no order in place and come back when there's an order. But yeah, she keeps saying about moving away and that. I think she's on about moving out of state. No, it's not fair at all, Snosberry. This is it. And there wouldn't be the problem we have in this country if with dads leaving mothers and all this shit and just not working when they do. If they had more accountability, like in the US, where you'll lose your driving license and stuff like that, or you'll be locked up until you pay something, you know.
Barely any acknowledgement, and every time I've been about him on this channel, there's a new truth being exposed. And he over there trying to record and, you know, prove a point and erase me. And all he's doing is looking real crazy. Hey, Ashley. Hey, boo.
Just wondering in my own chat, people who've heard the ex's rendition of things today, do you think Callie is more crazy or the ex is more crazy?
Hey, boo. You see, I modded you, honey. You've been here for so long. And I also modded you because, like, you know, you've been one of my longest standing members. I really don't know what I'm going to do. He looks great. Girl. Girl.
Lol, pew pew, pew pew, Callie. Bloody hell, I wish I paused that a bit better. That would have been a good one. Crap. Great.
Really don't know what I'm going to do.
Oh, my God. What's that? She looks like the Grinch.
He looks great, girl. Girl.
Oh, I just missed it. Never mind, I'll get them later. Yeah, it's a £1 a day, and if it's garnished, it goes down to like 80 something p. Yeah. Yeah, he's looking crazy. He's looking crazy. She looks like she's just fucking axed through a door in The Shining.
Girl, like, oh,
none of us would know anything. None of us were going looking for any of this shit. God, I hadn't even looked for the guy's name in that. Have a look for court documents. Yeah, but why wouldn't I? If they're out there and I can look at them, I will. But I haven't even pushed him to send me anything that he didn't want to send or anything like that. You know, I didn't want to pry too much either. Let him talk how he wants to talk. I'm giving him the chance to speak. It might not be a big channel, but enough people will see it. And Callie will.
thank you so much. I didn't see you. I modded you because I really don't know what I'm going to do
Bye, Fried Quavers. I will try to.
with my memberships because these have been doing okay. So because of that,
Here's Callie.
I might not need the members because I was going to do the members. Faith is cracking up. Girl, because y'all know me looking insane, child. Girl. Losing his ever-loving mind. Calling, girl, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Calling fucking kids a baba. Who we talking about? Hey, Matsuri. Girl, you already know we talking about he who shall not be named. Is it petty? Okay, look, I'm not going to ever say his name. And if y'all peep, I never said his real name on my channel because I knew better. You know, I tried to keep parts of that relationship hidden, mainly because I really just wanted him and I to work. So that's why I would always post like the little dreamy, like the little like, oh, me and my boo type shit. I wanted him and I to work, man. Like I wanted us to be okay, but all it took is one drunk night. And it all went left. I'm like, I'm tired of this damn shit. Like, I'm sorry, bro. You starting to miss me with this shit. He's great. Oh, I thought you were talking about reaction channels. Oh no, I'm not, girl. I don't have no smoke for Girl World or the reaction channels or people who even claim so desperately to hate me. You know, yet watch me every day. That's one thing I actually really like about you, Edna. At least watch me. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how often you watch me, but at least you start your fucking streams.
She's digging at me here because like this is when people start going. This is when people start talking about me in the chat and the comments just disappear.
Now, mind you, I've only watched a couple, so maybe I could be talking out my ass, but I don't think so because you've been a viewer of mine for a very long time. You at least start your videos out like, we're going to see what Callie got going on, and we're going to try to figure it out, and I'm going to not, and like, yeah, girl, and like, whether you even agree with me or not, like, because everybody's concerns are valid. Like, all of you who have concerns for both me and my baby, and especially my baby's well-being, especially after hearing that the withholding indeed traumatized my baby.
I have concern for your baby, Callie. I have deep, deep concern for your baby. I have concern for your behaviour towards that baby. And I have been listening to everything. I've been showing your own words. I've been writing everything down. I've been keeping up with your lies. Fighting for animals, Jean. She's got minimum parenting time temporarily until the 26th of this month. She has every other weekend and every other Wednesday. It's been monitored by court. She's played a lot of crazy shit when it's been the first time she had a kid, she put him up on a channel showing his face, which she said she'd never do. And she took him to secret doctor's appointments when the father's meant to be involved and invited to any appointment. And she tried to get him diagnosed with PTSD because of being away from her. Well, it was her own fucking fault, so go crack on with that, love. Yeah, believe me, the guy is watching everything. And I would be too. I don't blame him. He's been watching all of my streams, he's told me.
Baby, fuck yes. You guys have a right to be concerned. You guys have a damn right to be worried. You guys have a right to be scared. That's exactly why I took my baby straight to the fucking pediatrics. Once getting back in contact, because I noticed things. So I already stayed on top of that as a mom, and now it's just moving through this case, exposing his behavior, you know, my ex's behavior, et cetera, et cetera.
Child was already in services for developmental delays, and he was making progress. All that was covered, Callie. All you did was walk in, act irrational about sense of it, because they called social services into your visit to that appointment that you didn't invite the father to.
So it's like, I don't have smoke with y'all, because if you watch me or whatever, I understand. And also that's why I'm trying to give you guys the clarity videos. Like, I think I cleared everything up. I think so, child. I'm not sure, but like, I want
Callie, how about you listen to ex's messages and clear them up?
You all to understand. I gave you all about 10 hours worth of fucking content. And so whether you're doing it because, you know, you do support me and you're just trying to figure things out, or whether you are doing it because you hate me so much and you just can't wait to spin your narrative and cancel me again.
I'm doing it because, one, I follow a lot of family court, and I'm not a lawyer, I'm not stupid, Callie, and I know what your behaviour isn't right, and I know procedures in this stuff, right? So when someone I used to watch and laugh at comes to the internet and laughs that she doesn't have a kid at the moment and that is being withheld because she dumped him on the father who apparently abused her, I'm gonna cover that shit. Like, not because I hate you. I'm getting there. I'm getting there now.
Bet. I just need y'all to get your fucking facts straight. Like, all right, just don't look crazier than what you look. Because when you see me out here vibing and chilling with my baby, I don't want to hear no, she can't never see her baby. She lost custody forever. And then here I am with the baby, got custody. And I ain't got time to expose you, sis. I ain't got time to go off on you, sis. I ain't got time to
It's me she's talking to.
be on your debate you and go on these little weird ass battles. I ain't got the time, baby. It's just you're gonna look real crazy and it might lose you credibility on your own platform that you're building around my name, right? Wish you the best, but just get it right, okay? All right, y'all
I started this shit to go at Cliffy. I'm coming back to you, love. Don't worry.
can try, but I'm just not gonna lower my frequency to y'all's. Girl, I came to you from Girl World years ago, really. My approach is that we are watching the Callie show, but I'm rethinking that. I have brought the Callie show fucking back on purpose. Because a certain I don't want to call him by his name. Girl, I low-key want to call him Captain Morgan because that's his drink of choice. And like low-key when I do my receipts video, like you know how I used to have the pictures of him and I, right? I want to like Photoshop a Captain Morgan gallon bottle over him. And I think like
if he was that bad of a drinker, if he's an alcoholic and that, and he was always at it, why have you no pictures with him holding one anyway? Why'd you have to Photoshop one? And why are you gonna Photoshop one? That's weird.
like, because even when I talk to him and stuff, like, because his name is going to come up a lot, like as I'm editing those receipts from our texts, his name is going to come up a lot. So it's like, all right, we just don't call him Captain Morgan because period. Girl, I had a man boohoo crying after dogging me out for 8 years. I did the same thing. And the same happened to me. My ex stayed drunk. You know what's crazy about like dudes who have that girl Linda?
He said, well, she was drinking today and getting ready. He was feeding their child.
It is the Callie show. Yeah. Girl, like I brought the Callie show back on purpose. Captain Morgan, it is. No, that's the sad part. They have cults. It doesn't matter if they are being honest. They just want to hate. That's perfectly fine to me, baby. But just please get the facts straight, darling. Now, don't be out here talking about how I lost custody forever.
Please put a bra on, Callie. I'm sick of seeing your nipples.
Ain't gonna never see my baby again. And I'm going, and I only get, one visit. Like, and that's a whole different thing. And we can go into that. I'm about to do my mask now. But like when you see me out here with my baby frequently as it has been, because I'm always going to post me and my baby. I cover my baby's little face. Obviously, I respect my child's privacy.
No, you don't, Callie. I have a video of you showing your child's face and you missed me, didn't you? You missed me, didn't you? You missed me, didn't you? Sad pitch.
I love my child. I'm always going to be there for my child. I'm proud of my baby. My baby has made it through a lot. My baby has overcome a lot. My baby is a goddamn soldier. And I swear, I think that I've always, and I know
if your baby manages to come out this unscathed, he is a soldier to survive you.
Your mom feels this way about their kid, whatever. But I swear, there's something about my child that's so magical. My child is resilient.
Brioche, full unredacted video, full face, everything.
Think about my baby's life, okay? Just think about my child's life. In the womb, I'm going through what I went through with the father. Having bleeding episodes. I had several during pregnancy. Never lost them. Never lost the heartbeat. Didn't even, come out weak. When I was in labor and delivery, all the nurses and the doctors, you might have to have a C-section. You might have to do this. You might have to do that because it was taking me a while to push. But I knew I'm not going to rush this shit. Like, everything is mindset. And then Bob.
Callie used mindset over medical advice in labor. If the doctors are talking to you like that, there's panic. And it's because you're being Callie.
Right when they fucking rush me to that room, they're like, okay, we're gonna do 3 last pushes, and if he doesn't come out, we're gonna C-section you. I'm like, bet I got this shit. And bop, 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 baby out, bro. Oxygen, breathing fine, doing absolutely amazing. Peak, whole cry lit up that whole ass room, and that's what I'm talking about, the adrenaline of giving birth. Because here I am dealing with all these damn doctors and nurses telling me I'm gonna need a C-section and all this bullshit, and I don't let nobody implant bullshit in my head that I don't agree with. I don't do it anymore. Like, because everything is a choice. I understand that some women can't help it. Some women need a C-section, but no, give that shit your all. You never know. And I'm a strong woman.
I've had C-sections always as it was down there, bitches.
I can really force some shit, strength-wise if need be. And my baby's cry lit up that whole ass room. And I looked at every motherfucking doctor and nurse that had fucking told me to my goddamn face that my baby was gonna need this. And we might need to take baby to the NICU. And we might need baby to do this. And it's taking you too long.
She even said oxygen, fine. None of my babies ever had to be put on oxygen as soon as they came out. That baby must have been in distress. They were panicking. Like my first child, I know that I did 36 hours of labour and I was falling asleep in between contractions. I didn't have an epidural. I didn't have anything like that. And they woke me up during one of my mini sleeps in between my contractions and said, listen, darling, you ain't going to have the energy to push here. And the baby's in distress. We need to C-section you. And that's what happened because I took the advice of the people who wanted to keep me and my child safe.
Looked every bitch in their face, and I was like, and I literally, when my babies cried, lit up that whole room. I was looking at them like, and they were looking at me, and I was like, I love you. I was like saying I love you because I was like so fucking proud, you know
how defiant she is even in that situation.
What I mean? Like, yes, you shut these bitches up. You shut. You don't let nobody speak over your life, baby. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. The fucking adrenaline. Like, I feel like that ass Scarface fucking giving birth. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like fucking Scarface. Say hello to my little friend. Whee! Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like like my baby was the only thing that saved me. I was in labor for 12 hours and pushed for 30 because I was not having that. Facts. I got epidural though. Yeah, I got my epidural at at 7 centimeters saved. I was pushing for my life. Y'all laughing. Seriously, girl, I turned into Scarface. I summoned this energy, child. And I did it sober. I did sober.
She didn't do it sober. She had an epidural at 7 centimeters. Sober is made. I'd consider someone who just has gas in her sober pre-pregnancy. You have an epidural at 7 centimeters. You still took the epidural. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but don't claim you had a sober pregnancy, sober delivery when you didn't.
Because we all know how Scarface lived, all right. But no. And then think about my child's life. So then it's like, you know, I'm taking care of my baby at home. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, Princess Brioche. The highlight was being able to go to the fucking nurses and doctors because she didn't listen to him. Wow.
And then, you know, trying to care for baby and everything like that. Then, of course, the whole thing with my ex happens. I fucking leave. And I'm like, I know I got to take this baby and I got to figure life out for us. You know, we're in a hotel. Then we're at my friends and everything. Still took my baby to doctor's appointment. Still took care of my baby.
Well, if she had it at 7 centimeters, I know they don't usually like giving them it that late on because by the time they kick in and it's time to push, you lose the sensation. Maybe that's what we're going on. Usually they don't want to give epidurals that late on. She must have been, she must have needed it.
My RSV and all that healed and mended my baby and everything. You know what I mean? And even with like the slight motor delays or whatever, like, you know, I thank God for the pediatricians or anything. It's like, it's not like it was anything that I couldn't take care of or whatever, because at least, like, you know, they did, you know, keep us up to date about that. But my baby has transcended even that. And now, unfortunately, with the whole behavioral health due to trauma, I know where the hell that trauma came from because my ex.
No. Before you tried to get back in touch with your child the day after Mother's Day, you know, you went out for Mother's Day and had a nice time, didn't you? It'd already been to the doctors, it'd already been assessed, it'd already started services for the behavioural and development stuff. So you didn't click onto that at all, Callie. Or else you wouldn't have been fucking 6 months behind at 9 months old.
This is a very traumatizing person. He's a very toxic, like hostile, angry ass person. He's very hard to live with. He doesn't have the gentleness enough to be, you know, nurturing for a baby because he's so ego and control based. But like every time I'm with my child, I nurture my child. Every time I'm with my child, you know, I'm still reading the baby. I'm still walking with baby. I'm still, you know what I'm saying, being there, being the nurturer, letting baby get my heartbeat, baby be resting on my womb, everything. Like I had preeclampsia and was rushed for emergency C-section. Really, girl? I was in labor days prior, but they didn't listen and kept giving me stuff to induce me. And then the placenta tried to come out first and mess everything up. Really, girl? Damn, it's Siri. I didn't know that you were a mom. When they pull it out, it's really like that. Yeah, girl, they pull baby out. They pull baby out. And that's the thing, when my baby like was pulled out or whatever, like that shit was like a whole ass pop. Like you felt that shit. But my baby has made it through so much. It's traumatic stuff. Yeah, girl. It is traumatizing because it makes you scared for both you and your baby. And when I was in labor, I was like, I'm about to just give this shit my whole ass straight because ain't nobody gonna tell me shit about shit. You know what I mean? And I fucking 30 hours, but he is fine and I am fine. And God bless, and that's all that matters, babe. You know, that's all that matters, my love. Girl, these damn paper masks look crazy.
Person who's wearing it looks crazy. Now, thank you very much for being here. You know, it's been a nice, decent stream, I think. Some hard things to chew down on. I don't think she's going to respond. She's going to act like it didn't happen. It didn't happen because she's got a lot to answer for. You neglected your child, Callie. You played stupid games and you won stupid prizes. Yeah. Yeah, well, they probably got the ventouse on her and had to help pull out. Yeah, well, of course you give birth. Of course you give birth, Rena. You know, did a child exit you? Yeah. Yeah. Things happen how they happen. He was bloody discording me. Is that you, Mop? But yeah, things happen how they happen. Everyone's birth stories are individual and unique to them, but she's legitimately out here taking glee in the fact that she would put the nurses and doctors in the place. So I am going to stop it here. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Alex. I am going to stop it here because I do have to go pack. I'm going to be keeping up. I'm going to be trying to keep up with putting some stuff out at least. If there's anything I need to address, I will make sure I address it at some point this week. I am away. I'm going to be busy, but night times should be relatively free. So, yeah. On that bombshell, bitches, thanks for coming, and I'll see you soon.
What exactly is your problem with females? Ken and Cliffy, we gonna need to hear some details. Your lies and fake shit ain't gonna fly. Soon a court is gonna see all you do is lie. Stop intimidating witnesses. You're about to learn what the punishment for that is. Cry, 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 cry. Lie, 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 lie. Your bullshit ain't gonna fly, fly, fly. After you lose this shit, it'll be bye, bye, bye. How the F do they say this with a straight face? Well, Gigi does it with that ugly, wonky-eyed face. It's all about to crumble. We'll be there to watch you stumble. This is a ball you can't catch, and they'll definitely fumble. How the F do they say this with a straight face? Well, Gigi doesn't with that ugly, wonky-eyed face. It's all about to crumble. We'll be there to watch you stumble. This is a ball you can't catch, and we'll definitely fumble. Cry, 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 cry. Lie, 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 lie. Your bullshit ain't gonna fly, fly, fly. After you lose this shit, it'll be bye, bye, bye. How exactly is your problem? Female. Ken and Cliffy, we gonna need to hear some details. Your lies and fake shit ain't gonna fly. Soon a court is gonna see all you do is lie. Stop intimidating witnesses. You're about to learn what the punishment for that is. Cry, 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 cry. Lie, 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 lie. Your bullshit ain't gonna fly, fly, fly. After you lose this shit, it'll be bye, bye, bye. How the F do they say this with a straight face? Well, Gigi doesn't with that ugly, wonky-eyed face.